got some preseason football for y'all. The Broncos and the Colts. Broncos and the Colts kickoff will be about 6 minutes. 6 minutes for kickoff. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream. So yeah, we've got the Broncos and the Colts. Hopefully we see a mix of Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, Zach Wilson. And then as far as the Colts go, hopefully we get a chance to see Anthony Richardson come out and show us what he could have done last season. So there you go. There you go. Shout out to the Wrench Gang. Shout out to the family. All the listeners, all the watchers for rocking with us on this Sunday. Shout out to Marble Sky. What up, yo? What's going on with you? Jonas in the house as Bo Nix shows up and shows that arm strength and accuracy he has, well, like Penix and J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, I think J.J. McCarthy really, did very, very well. Surprised some people. And shout out to Immortal. Looks like he's more than just J.J. McHandoff. Shout out to you, Immortal. So, yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see what Bo Nix is going to do. So, yeah, there it is. There it is. We're getting ready for kickoff. Got about, like I said, 5-6 minutes. As far as your pregame info, the spread is 1.5. That almost lets you know where this should go. The total is 38.5. Money line is +10 for the plus 110 for the Broncos and -130 for the Colts. So there you go. There you go. Shout out to Wendy. What up? Good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Shout out to Wendy out in Cali. Good afternoon, after morning. Good morning, good after morning. I just got done doing some work, y'all. So I'm a little too hyped up. I had too much sugar. Went and did some work, so my adrenaline is pumping right now. Trying to bring it down to a manageable level as we get ready for the game. Shout out to Lisa. What's going on? Which says, Jay, I was ticked off on Friday night. There was no excuse losing. Yeah. I was, I had to sit back and really understand my concerns as far as with the Bills on Saturday. So I get how you're feeling about the Ravens. I get it. It was kind of crazy. And I feel like even the Chiefs fans are feeling the same way right now. Like, all right. And it was kind of weird because the Chiefs ended up almost just like how the Bills did. It's kind of funny, right? Patrick Mahomes came out. They kicked the field goal. Well, Josh Allen came out. Bills get the field goal. So kind of weird. Maybe a sign of things to come, right? Right. It's preseason, ladies and gentlemen. It is preseason. So just got to let it go. Move on to the next week. Hopefully we see the improvements that we should see for every team, all 32 of them. And yeah, there it is. Shout out to Dallas Roberts. What up, man? So excited football is back, even if it's just preseason. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun, without a doubt. It has been fun. Shout out to you, Ryan. What up, yo? What's going on with you? Forrest Green in the house. What up, man? Good Sunday to you. So yeah, like I said, we got a few minutes here until kickoff. Who's going to stand out? Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, Zach Wilson. Who is going to stand out the most? And then as far as, with the Colts, what are you expecting from the Colts? Right? I do think things are going to change for them. Obviously, offensively, Anthony Richardson is back. So that's going to be a huge boost to the momentum. And as far as, the energy level for this team. So we'll see how they do. Quick shout out to Angela for liking the stream on Facebook. Thanks a lot. Thank you for the support. Happy Sunday to you. Tactical says preseason isn't any measurement of regular season success. We know this. It's a fact. But, and I do got to give you a but, you would like to see your team show some strength and some heart and just basically some kind of, energy out there in the field. And when you don't see that, it is kind of like, all right, well, what the hell's going on? Because if these guys are it, then it's just not going to work. So, you look for your standouts. You look for, who could be next man up. And then if you don't see that, well, then you start to worry about, well, okay, if someone gets injured that I know should do well, then what the hell is going to happen? So, yes, it doesn't matter, but it also does because you're looking at the second level talent. That's just the reality of it. But I digress. It is just preseason. Shout out to Tyson. What up, man? It says Battle of the Horsies. That's a fact. That is a fact. The Colts and the Broncos. Broncos and these Colts. Richardson will play today, so we'll see him out on the field. And there you go. Lisa says, I take Ravens football personal. I'll stick with my Ravens no matter what. Lisa, I know there's a lot of fans that are not bandwagoners who have been riding with these teams for a long time, and they ain't going nowhere. No matter what. No matter what. Shout out to you guys. We got 13 likes. Let's try to get to 25 before kickoff. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate the love and support. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Click that bell as we get through preseason. We'll be streaming all the way through the regular season, playoffs, Super Bowl, all that good stuff. We're also going to get the college going on Fridays and Saturdays as well. So we are back and ready to go. Football season. Tactical says, yes, sir, that first stream performance is something to look for, then the depth to pick it up. Yeah, and I think that's kind of more so, I would say the issue with seeing your team play bad during the preseason. You're like, all right, well, I know it's not my starters, but my preseason is, or my second string and third string just look absolutely terrible. So who's going to be able to help these guys if it is a situation where it's next man up, and that's what you're looking for. That's basically what you're looking for. So there you go. There you go. Crispy, what up? Crispy in the house. Bob in Missouri in the building says Colts should beat the Donkeys. Shout out to you, Bob. Yeah, I think, for the most part, we got a 1 p.m. game on a Sunday. This should be some decent football. We should get some kind of a show. And as far as the votes go, we've got a little over 30, and it's 50-50. So it's a good start. Good start, not one-sided at all, unlike yesterday. I like when the first string did against the 49ers. We can be hopeful that the team is going in the right direction. Yeah, and I think, once again, when you see the good happens in the preseason, right? It's a good thing, right? It's all right, I can look forward to this. But we still have to have that same kind of mentality when it comes to the bad as well, right? You can't say the good is just going to be good and the bad is just, it's just preseason. Like, it's got to be a healthy balance. It's got to be a healthy balance. Shout out to Michelle. Says, I have no horse in this race. See what I did there? I did. I seen what you did, Michelle. Happy Sunday to you. Did you get your pizza? I did not. No one had it. But what I did do is I put oxtails on the shopping list. So we will be getting the oxtails, and we will be making the pizza from scratch. I will take a picture of it. I will include the ingredients that I used. Hopefully I get it right. I'm not too worried. I think I will. But, yeah, we're going to end up cooking it ourselves because nobody offers it, unfortunately. The meat's too expensive. That's just the reality of it. Michelle shows the team showed a great path of growth coming for those Bills. It is better to find out now rather than mid-stream against the Cowgirls. I agree, Michelle. I agree. You don't want to find out down the road that there's these issues and these problems going on, and the coaching staff didn't address it, or you guys didn't run the proper training and development and the proper drills to get through these kind of situations. And then something happens, right? Somebody drops the ball, or somebody doesn't know what the hell's going on because, they didn't have the proper influence to get it right. So that's the reality of it. Lisa says, I'm picking Denver because my favorite color is orange, and the Colts left Baltimore. I had no football team for 12 years. I can't believe it's been 40 years. Shout out to you, Lisa. OG in the building. That's right. A lot of people don't know that. Bringing the history. Tatico says, I was happy to see almost no penalties. Finally, some discipline from this squad. Yes. I will tell you this, too. Obviously, beyond the Titans, See what the Jags did yesterday? The Jags, for the most part, were efficient. They played strong defense. It was almost like, night. I'm not going to say night and day. Not night and day, because that's not the right thing to use. It was almost like a huge uplift with, this team knowing that Lawrence is back and he's ready to go. So it was pretty good to see what Jacksonville did. But I will say this, because we can't discredit the Chiefs. The Chiefs looked absolutely phenomenal with Patrick Mahomes coming out in their first drive. They looked unstoppable. They looked championship ready. And we talked about this, and we talked about the issues that, the Chiefs would bring with having additional weapons. Now, we also know that Marquise Brown was obviously injured, and that's going to play a big factor as far as, coming into this season. But you've still got some great weapons over there. And, to be honest, I think we may see Marquise Brown. He may get healed up in time, and he could still be a major factor. So definitely something to look into. Frank says, is that a new mic for this year? Sounds good. No, it's the same mic. I did change some settings, though, so that may have helped the sound quality just a little bit. All fun, no real fighting this dog? Well, dog in the fight, fighting the dog, however you want to say it. We're getting ready for kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Colts are favored at home by 1.5. You're over under 39.5. And, to be honest, like I said, predicting preseason games, for me, it's a no-no because you just don't know who's going to do what. You don't know who's going to stay in, who's going to be out. And, at the end of the day, it's one of those situations where you're trying to figure out who's working well in what specific role, how they're going to coach, what kind of play calls, all that kind of stuff. So it's just not good to bet on preseason. But hey, I'm not telling anybody what to do. If you want to do it, it's totally up to you. Lisa says, Jay, on a scale from 1 to 10, what do you think of Nate Wiggins? I don't have enough yet. I just don't. I need to see more. And I think I'll be able to give you a more accurate answer come like week 3 or week 4. There's still a lot of football to play. There's a lot of football to play. There's going to be a lot of changes made. We got to even figure out who's actually going to make the team and figure out the rosters when they're fully ready to go. But I will have it all figured out with you guys, like we always do. Tyson says Seattle won, but not against the best measuring stick. No pun intended. Yeah. Shout out to D-Ray Davis, says Colts all day. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm excited to see Anthony back. I do think that that's going to change things a lot for this team. And, as far as the morale boost that, they were kind of missing last season towards the end of the season. Don't get me wrong. I do think Gardner Minshew did very well. And I do think that this team was probably in the best opportunity that they could have been in with Gardner Minshew. But missing out on Richardson, that definitely hurt them. And, unfortunately, we were kind of robbed as far as, what truly could have happened with the Colts. But here we go. As we get ready for kickoff, these Broncos will be singing to the Colts. So the Colts will be taking it first. And we're getting ready for kickoff here. We are getting ready for kickoff. Shout out to Ernie. What up, man? Ernie Brown in the house. This is Go Saints, my team, baby. Who dat nation? Let's go. Listen, I made a post about the new kickoff. Did y'all see what happened with the Chiefs? How they got that safety, and the refs took 5 minutes to make up the rule? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that because I was hot. I was hot about it. And y'all know Chiefs is a team that we cover, but yeah, that was kind of crazy. So yeah, the Colts are going to take this out here from the end zone, and they're going to run it back to about the 23. It'll be 1st and 10 as we get started here. Like I said, I didn't like the new kickoff format, and to see what happened yesterday really irked me. It really bothered me because you're making rules on the fly. It's almost like you guys didn't have it ready and established. And unfortunately, I do think that the rules should be rewritten if you're going to change the whole format. But here we go. 1st and 10 seconds on the play clock. Richardson directing traffic as the Broncos showing a 4-man rush. Snap is off. This will be a handoff up the middle, hits the right side, pickup of about 2 yards for Taylor. It'll now be 2nd and 8 at the 25. Lisa says, we should have won that game. End of discussion. Jay, what's new? The refs always help the Chiefs win. That's not true. The refs gave the points to the Jags. They called a safety on the Chiefs. See what happened there? 2nd and 8. Snap is off. Pressure comes. Quick throw. This is going to be incomplete as Richardson tried to get rid of it. The pressure was on as the intended target was Pittman. And that's going to lead to 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. It says, although it was preseason, we finally beat the Chiefs at home. Listen, I'm not denying the Jags at all. Like I said earlier, they did very well. And they look great out there. But I think for me, the kickoff is still aggravating. I got to take my time to get over it. 3rd and 8. Richardson steps up, deep throw, and that's going to be too high, almost picked off by Mathis, and that's going to fall helplessly to the ground. That'll be 4th and 8, 3 and out, and this will lead to a punt. Shout out to you, Michelle. So not the best start for Richardson as that ball was almost picked off, and fortunately for him, it was not. But they will end up punting the ball back to the Broncos with 14 minutes left in this first quarter. Shout out to Gay Smasher. What up? What's going on with you? Kick is off. And this is going to be down here at about the 44. Where to be 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Crispy says the kickoff is trash. I hate it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Every time I sit there and I'm like, all right, I think I'll be okay. I think it'll be cool. And then something crazy happens like, what did last night. So there you go. So we got Jarrett Stidham in now. For these Broncos. So we'll see, right? I'm not too sold on Jarrett Stidham and whether or not he's going to be able to, really lead this team. I'm thinking that Bo Nix may be the better choice, but we'll just have to see how this goes. Here we go. 1st and 10 for these Broncos. And this is going to be a play fake as Stidham rolls out right, throws across his body, but that will be caught for 13 yards by Sutton as these Broncos will get to the 43, 1st and 10. Shout out to Polish. What up? Colts underrated, not going to lie. Legend says, my team Jags beat the Chiefs. Good start for the season. It's preseason. As Stidham gets the nice 13-yard pass going. 1st and 10 for these Broncos as Stidham's directing traffic. 10 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Quick throw on a slant. This is going to be caught for a nice 1st down as well. Another 13 yards for Sutton. So there you go. Says, shout out to you, Polish. Yeah, man. As far as the votes go, Colts have now taken the lead for the win. 57 votes here, 54% for the Colts. It looks like there will be a flag. There's going to be a penalty, and that will be on the Broncos. Taunting? Really, refs? All right, so we're going to bring them back to the 44 to be 2nd and 11. Let them play. It's preseason. My goodness. Shout out to Duella. What's going on with you, Duella? How you been? Good to see you. 2nd and 11 for these Broncos as Stidham is back under center. 10 seconds on the play clock. We have motion. That's going to be either a false start, and that it is. False start. It's going to back him up even more now. And it's going to repeat 1st down, 1st and 15. So there you go. It says Broncos have generally no good players anymore. Really? Come on now. I like Surtain. I like Sutton. There's some good guys over there. Here we go. 10 seconds on the play clock. Stidham calls for a motion. And this is going to be a handoff up the middle, wrapped up fairly fast, but not before picking up about a couple as Williams gets going 2 yards on the play. It's now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. I can't Google that if I can't spell it. No offense, man. What is his name truly? Which guy? Jarrett? You mean Stidham? Jarrett Stidham? Robert says, what up, Jay? I know it's only preseason, but 33-6. Please tell me the Bills will give the Jets a run for the division. Give me a moment to get back at you with that one. Snap is off. Stidham takes his time, throws quick, and this is going to be broken up at the last minute by Lewis. Try to get it to Williams. This will be 3rd and 13. As far as the Bills, right now it's just too tough to say, considering what we've seen, and it was against the Bears. Now, don't get me wrong. We know that the Bears have made some changes and some good changes on paper, but there's really no excuse for the lack of coaching and the issues that were presented from the decision-making against them in that game. So, like I said, preseason makes things up in the air. There's going to be another penalty here, false start on the Broncos. They're having a tough time at it. It'll now be 3rd and 18 as they get pushed back once again. But as far as the Bills go, like I said, you just don't know. It's a crap shot every week in preseason, unfortunately. Duella says, I am good now. You are back and looking good. Shout out to you, Duella. Much love. Glad to have you back. And good to see you. Good to see you. So here we go. 3rd and 18 now. 3rd and a mile for Stidham here as he takes a snap. He's back in the shotgun. Takes his time. Quick throw. This will be caught short. And it'll be 4th and 13. This will lead to a punt. We'll see what they do here. So, yeah, unfortunately, not the best start for Stidham, unfortunately. And obviously, I do think you're going to, shake off the cobwebs, try and get something going. But this is what, Sean Payton should be looking for. This is what Sean Payton should be, paying attention to the most. How is, Stidham going to start off this way, literally being the starter for the Broncos? And, it doesn't look good. So we'll obviously have to see what Zach Wilson can do. We'll have to see what Bo Nix can do, because unfortunately, the decision-making, the lack of arm strength, true accuracy that I'm witnessing out of Stidham right now is not working. It's not working. And with that said, we're in a quick commercial break. Timeout. Shout out to you guys. 95 viewers, 32 likes. The next goal is going to be 50, so we need 18 more. If you have not, make sure that you do hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate you all for rocking with us on this Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, wherever you are. As far as the votes go, 56% for the Colts, holding it down for the win. Colts fans dropping the votes. He needs more training, in my opinion. I agree. Are you streaming the next game? I will not be streaming later on tonight. Robert says, yeah, just get in New York out of me. Got to be a ball buster. It's only preseason. I went with the Broncos. I see you, bro. Michelle says, aside for the friends, I'm recovering from a traumatic injury. My eyes and ears are not what they used to be. Shout out to you, Michelle. Like I said, last time we talked about this, obviously hoping that, you're healing properly, hoping that, you're feeling better. And always got you guys in the prayers, without a doubt. We got some wild stuff being said in the chat right now, and I'm not understanding why this would be said to me, Stephen Allen. Why would you say that Bo Nix will be better than Josh Allen? I mean, come on now. Lisa says, come on, Denver, let's go. Alex says, have you been watching the Olympics? Yeah, I've been watching the Olympics. I've been watching the, track and stuff like that. I did catch some of the basketball. I watched some of the high jump. But, I've just been locked in with the football stuff. So, I did, like I said, catch more of the basketball and track than anything else, though. Shout out to Curry. Getting his first gold, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of weird, right? That Curry's got his first gold in the Olympics, and he's been in the league for how long? And I mean, he's definitely legendary. So interesting for sure. But yeah, score 0-0. The Broncos have now sent it back to Richardson and company. So we'll get to see what these Colts are going to do now here. 1st and 10 from the 9. Snap is off. Pressure comes. Quick throw to the middle. This is going to be caught. Broken tackle. Plenty of space. And that's going to be a huge pickup for Ali Cox for 19 yards. 1st and 10 for these Colts as they get to the 28. Shout out to Brian Allen. What up, man? What's going on with you, bro? Crispy, I see what you did there. Well, I mean, we just can't, put Bo Nix in the conversation with Josh Allen. We got to wait before we say stuff like that. Richardson's going to hit this left side, run for about a yard, and it's now going to be 2nd and 9 at the 29. Are you going to watch the last closing ceremony? I mean, if I have time, I probably will. Yeah, if I have time. Jay, where did Braylon Allen come from 0 to the Jets? Did you see him run in the first half? I did not. I didn't have a chance to check that out. But I have to go through the highlights and check it out. 2nd and 9 as Richardson is going to do a handoff here. This will be up the middle and maybe 1 or 2 on the carry. 2 yards for Taylor as it's now 3rd and 7. Colts nor the Broncos really not able to get anything going truly offensively. We've seen a couple plays here and there. But get the run going, right? That line's got to, create some holes, create some gaps for these guys to get through. Trent, what up, man? What's going on with you? Alex says it starts at 3. Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing this at 3, so I won't have a chance to watch it. 9 seconds on the play clock for Richardson as the Broncos bring 4. Has plenty of time. Quick throw to the right side. This will be caught. Pickup of 6 yards for Granson, but they'll be short. 4th and 1 at the 37. And what do you do here, right? It's 1 yard. You're at the 37. You're going to punt? All right. Conservative. Totally fine. Shout out to Elvis in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Elvis is in the building. Says everyone remember to smash the like button. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shout out to you, Elvis. Thank you for the love and support. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We need 10 more to get to that 50. So if you have not, make sure that you hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate your support as these Colts will kick it back to the Broncos. And this is going to hit the end zone. So touchback. And there we go. Lisa says, I love the swimming in the Olympics. Yeah, like I said, I haven't really watched too much of the Olympics. I've been busy with other stuff, but I've been getting little updates and, seeing stuff here and there. Shout out to Nathan. What up, yo? Grand Junction in the building. Let's go. Trent says, let's go Broncos. Dwellis says, stop playing KYG. All right, listen, this is how these preseason games have been going, kind of like a slow start and then things get moving, and especially considering that Richardson's just coming back with an injury. So, we're not expecting to see him truly at his full potential yet because he doesn't want to get hurt and we don't want to see him hurt. And then, I'm not sure what to expect out of Jarrett Stidham, Zach Wilson, and Bo Nix yet. We got to see. And as far as, what I've seen out of Jarrett Stidham, it's not, it's not good. It's not good. But I couldn't imagine that Sean Payton's going to choose Zach Wilson for the job. I just can't see that happening either. So, we're really going to have to hope that Bo Nix is able to step up and be ready in time for this team, because I think he will have the most talent out of all 3 individuals for sure. For sure. Shout out to you guys for getting us to that 50 likes. Let's keep it going. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. As far as the votes go, 53% for the Colts, still holding it down. Bob says USA won gold in first ever breakdancing. I heard about it. I have not watched it yet. Am I going to be let down if I go watch videos of this? Because it just sounds crazy that there's breakdance in the Olympics. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Like I said, I don't want to go, because I remember the breakdancing of the 80s and the 90s. So I don't want to go watch breakdancing in the Olympics and I'm disappointed. So I've been kind of hesitant to watch anything of it, highlights, any replay, because like I said, I don't want to watch it and be sitting there like, really, this is some BS. Shout out to Ami. What up? Thank you for liking stream on Facebook, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Make sure that you share the stream on Facebook as well with your friends and family. And here we go. 1st and 10 for these Broncos as they hit the right side with the run, staying on his feet, breaking some tackles. And that is going to be a pickup of about 6 yards for Williams, but there is a flag on the field. And it looks like these Broncos are backing up. Maybe not. They're going to call it on the defense. All right, so that's going to be a face mask on the Colts, 15 yards for the Broncos, and that's going to take them to the 42, 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Duella says, yes, I watched. Boo. See? Tomato, tomato, tomato. Boo. Listen, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to be disappointed, but I'm going to check it out, see what's going on. It's just crazy to think that they put it in the Olympics. It's wild. But here we go. 1st and 10. 10 seconds on the play clock. Stidham directing traffic, takes a snap. This is going to be a play fake. He drops back, has time, quick throw. And this will be reeled in by Williams for 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 now at the 47. Shout out to Paris. What up, man? Says Art Green going to snap. He is the fastest on the team. Tall, strong. Art Green has the most intriguing skills as a corner. I don't want to see any other bum at corner. Shout out to you, Paris. What up, yo? Amos says, Jay, don't waste your time. See, thank you, because I don't want to go watch it, and I'm just sitting there like, can I get my 10 minutes back or my 5 minutes back? This is going to be a handoff here to the right side. Pick up a 4 yards for Williams. Again, they're getting him going strong on the run and the pass game. It'll now be 3rd and 1 at the 49 for these Broncos. 7 minutes and 52 seconds left in this first quarter and rolling. Tyson Sanger says Chiefs lost in preseason last year too. Yeah, like I said, Bills lost preseason, Chiefs lost preseason. So what are we really saying right now? There's been a lot of craziness and a lot of wild talking going on. So what does it really mean to lose or win in preseason? This is going to be a handoff. They'll go back to the right side as Williams gets it again, fights for the 1st down, and he will make it 2 yards on the play, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 47. Shout out to Amos for being a loyal member of the family for 21 months. Ladies and gentlemen, that is loyalty. Shout out to you, Amos. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being a loyal member of the family. Says, what's up, my brother? So happy to have football again. Missed you and the family. We missed you too, bro. Glad to have it back. Glad to see you back. And we're glad football is back. As Stidham's going to take this and just keep it himself, run for about 4 yards. But there's a flag. So many flags in this first quarter as the refs have gotten very, very happy. And it's going to be a hold, it looks like, here on the offense. So push back the Broncos, 1st and 20. James Moorhead, what up, man? What's going on with you, bro? How you been? And as far as the votes now, 50% locked in. Shout out to the Broncos and the Colts fans for the votes. Y'all going back and forth right now. I see y'all. Here we go. Stidham now backed up 1st and 20. I feel like we're watching a replay of the last series as they had the same kind of issues. Can't get this line together as Stidham tries to go deep, and this is going to be batted down, incomplete, no flags. I thought they were going to call a pass interference, but they let it go. 2nd and 20. What up, Joe Black? Says preseason is for the 2nd and 3rd string evaluations. Got to figure out who the gems are, you see? Yeah, listen, I seen some guy on one of the Facebook pages last night. He said, I'm burning all my jerseys and I'm done with this team. I'm not going to mention the team they said, but I was like, listen, this is absolutely ridiculous. If you're willing to burn your jerseys right now because your team lost yesterday, why are you watching football? As this is going to be bobbled and picked off. Are you kidding me? Wow. No way. So Stidham makes a great pass. It couldn't get reeled in. The ball is then bobbled and just couldn't hold on to it. Bounces the ball up in the air. What an amazing pick for these Colts. They've got possession. They've got the ball as Moore reels it in. As Perine, wow, Perine couldn't hold it. And Moore will get it. 1st and 10 for these Colts. They'll have it at the 43. Quick shout out to the House of Silver and Gold for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Vinny T. What up, man? The House of Silver and Gold says, all I know is Deion Sanders is probably the worst coach I've ever seen in college football. And I've been watching for 30 years. Wow. All right. I don't know what to say. Like, like if we were streaming the Buffaloes right now, I would say, all right, I guess. We're on these Colts and the Broncos right now, and I've got a Deion Sanders comment. All right. I mean, if you feel that way, it's totally up to you. You know, I think, for the most part, Deion has, had a few opportunities to change things around and certain schools and certain organizations. I'm not really putting a grade on his coaching ability. I still think it's too early. I still think he has to put in the time and the work. For the most part, all coaches don't come out and be amazing. And, some bad coaches can turn into be good coaches depending on the personnel they have and the staff they have around them. So there's a lot that goes into it. But, you're entitled to your opinion. I see you, bro. Trent says, what the heck happened? Perine. It's juggling the ball. Like he's going like this. And it just popped up like 5 feet in the air. So there you go. Johnny says, big dog, you excited for this season? And how do you feel about your Bills? Johnny, I feel, I don't really have any feeling right now. First off, y'all know I'm an unbiased Bills fan. That's why we cover all 32 teams. But I will say, as far as, from what I seen yesterday, I would say that right now the coaching is the problem. If we take into account what happened yesterday, I'm not even going to blame it too much on the players. I'm going to blame it more so on the coaching, because there should have been a lot of adjustments made. There should have been a lot of different packages displayed. And even if you don't want to show your full, playbook and you want to go vanilla, you still should have some kind of idea or some kind of, strategy that makes the game remotely interesting. As this is going to be caught here by Mitchell, as Flacco is now in the building, and he'll pick up Mitchell for 11 yards on the pass, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the Denver 32. Shout out to Amos, 100%, yeah, without a doubt, What do you think about the 18-game season with 2 bye weeks proposition? I like it. The question is, how much are we going to have to worry about injuries? As this last play is going to be broken up here, the intended target was Pierce. We've got Flacco in, y'all. Flacco said, I'm not done. I'm with these Colts now. But it is 2nd and 10 at the 32, as now we've got Flacco in replace of Richardson. And it is 2nd and 10 with 5 minutes and 16 seconds in this first quarter. Flacco, obviously, coming off the couch, coming off the sofa with the Browns last year, doing great, heading to the postseason. And now he's here with these Colts as he gets it over to Sermon for 12 yards, and they'll get to the 20, the Broncos 20, 1st and 10. Trent says, Jay, I'm probably going to get bullied tomorrow at school. I don't get it. Well, number one, Trent, I got to tell you this. Never let anyone bully you. But first and foremost, I know that's easy to say and harder to display it. But I will tell you the same thing that I tell my kids. Always defend yourself no matter what. Never let anybody bully you. make sure that you do have conversations with, your teachers, your guidance counselor, principal, if need be, to let them know at least what's going on. That way they do have the heads up in case, you do have to fight and defend yourself. And it doesn't look like, you started it, or it doesn't look like, you instigated or something like that. But make sure that you let people know what's going on. Defend yourself. If you don't know how to defend yourself, tell your parents that, you need help with, some self-defense classes and things like that. And then hopefully they can get you the help that you need so you don't get bullied. Because that's the number one thing, right? Bullies don't like people who can defend themselves. And if you can defend yourself, that's the first start to getting people to stop bullying you. So there you go. Shout out to Lisa. Says, Jay, how do you feel about the hip drop tackle being a 15-yard penalty? I mean, it's just more stuff to change the game, right? Football, I watched a hit highlight video that was maybe 2015, and it was a nightmare compared to what we're seeing right now on the field. So, the game changes every year. It changes every year. Snap is off. Quick throw to the middle. This is going to be broken up, incomplete, as Mitchell gets taken down fairly fast. It'll now be 4th and 7 at the Denver 17, and these Colts will attempt to kick a field goal here. So, yeah. I don't like it. I don't get it. But at the same time, it's, they do these changes and things like that because they run their analytics and they feel like it's better for this and it's better for that. And, we have to ask ourselves, what is the game going to be like in 5-10 years from now? Field goal is up right down the middle by Matt Gay. It is good. And the score is now 3-0. Colts up. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in this first quarter. Quick timeout, commercial break. Duella Hart says, or find bigger friends. Yeah, that's another thing too. Your circle, and it's tough because, a lot of people do have friends and some friends instigate things and some friends put you in situations that, you don't need to be in too. So it's kind of tough because you can't always trust your friends. Me, myself, I was a lone wolf. I had people I knew, people that I rock with, but as I got through my high school years, I didn't really trust people as a friend because I understood that, a lot of people didn't have your best interests and people would set you up and things like that. I'm from a different time than some of the, the kids now. So, and I understand, how a lot of these kids are thinking and so how a lot of these kids can be snakes and put you in certain situations. So you really got to watch out for yourself. You really got to pay attention to your surroundings. You really got to watch, who you're talking to and who you're sharing things with. And, you got to set yourself apart. Shout out to Now. What up, yo? Says, Jay, what's your take on Keon Coleman and how do you feel on the situation with the Steelers? I think Keon Coleman displayed all that he could with what was given to him, which really wasn't much. Like, we've seen the man for all of 2 minutes. There should have been a dime thrown to him to his chest in the end zone, and he should have had his first touchdown, but unfortunately it was too high and it was overthrown. So, what do you say about that? Well, you say, okay, if the ball was thrown in his chest and he had a real shot at catching the ball in the end zone, then I can make a true assessment as far as whether or not he has good hands. But with him, not being in that situation, I could say, all right, well, he can run his routes. And for the most part, he looks okay, right? I can't make any real, assessments as far as his playing ability because we only had seen him for a couple minutes. And as far as the Steelers, Justin Fields obviously ain't it. I was so hyped up to see what him and, Russell Wilson was going to do. And unfortunately, it just looks like Russell Wilson's going to be the guy. So there you go. Shout out to Isaac, says, let's go Colts. Bills fan, I'm still shell-shocked from yesterday. Got to let it go. So after the field goal, The Colts will be sending it back to the Broncos with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in this first quarter. And here we go. Immortal says, I trust my right foot. Right, so you gotta trust this, bro. It's all you can trust nowadays. Or yeah, you know. I can't say other things, but you know. Shout out to Kyle. What up, yo? Says Jay, when is the fantasy league going to start, and when entry fee this year football is back? We're doing the 2 fantasy leagues. They'll be up and ready to go by next week, and we'll also be doing a post about it tomorrow, or a video and a post tomorrow. So shout out to you. The Broncos are going to bring this back to the 33, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10, and we'll get to see who comes out on the field now in replace of Stidham. Jacob, what up, yo? What's going on with you? Tyrone says, my father told me don't trust nobody but your mom, but still cut the deck. Listen, it's a cold world, and that's unfortunately that's just the reality of it. It's the reality of it. Do you think KC favored for Super Bowl? I mean, it's too early. It's too early. We should not be talking about the Super Bowl until like week 8. Realistically. Week 8. That's when we should be talking about Super Bowl. Tyson says Bills need a better backup quarterback. I agree. Without a doubt. I agree. So yeah. Right now, we are looking at Bo Nix in for these Broncos. And I'm excited for this because we're going to get to see how well he's going to react under pressure. We're going to get to see the arm strength, the decision-making, the ability to read, the defense. This is going to be, I think a good test because Stidham did not impress me at all. He did not impress me at all in his two drives. He looked bad. He looked a little lethargic out there. And so hopefully Nix gives us some insight as far as how this thing could shape up for these Broncos. Lisa says, Jay, I'm calling it right now. Ravens purple, Super Bowl 59 champs. All right. We need to see if Lamar can get over his postseason issues, his postseason problems. Right? He can get to the playoffs, but can he win in the playoffs? That's the problem. Shout out to Tamia. Says Bengals lost yesterday. Yeah, it's, the teams that you would have expect to win yesterday lost. But here we go. This is going to be a toss from Bo Nix as he gets it over to McLaughlin, 6 yards up the middle. It's going to be 2nd and 4 at the Denver 39. Denver 39. Shout out to Christopher Jones, as well as Ernest Brown for liking the stream on Facebook. Shout out to you guys watching on Facebook. Make sure you also share the stream with your friends and family over there as well. I do appreciate the support from you guys and gals. Immortal says, since Shane Bocelli likes throwing touchdowns to Micah, Bakersville Bills need to trade for him. 2nd and 4, 8 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Another handoff as they go left this time with the run, and that's going to be a first down for McLaughlin as they'll get to the Denver 44. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. So first 2 plays for Bo Nix are running plays, right? They go right, then they go left. They pick up a first down. So I'm expecting to see maybe a play action here as I want to see Bo Nix get this pass going. Let's get this pass going. As Duella says, no, we cannot win the playoffs. And that's, that's the issue. That's something that, Lamar's going to have to figure out as we have a motion here. Bo Nix back in the shotgun. Snap is off. Pressure comes. Has time. Deep throw. That is a dart. Should have been caught, but just a little bit off as far as the timing goes as he tried to hit Dulcich on the deep pass. It was zippy. I'm seeing the arm strength. It needed to be there just a little bit faster, and I think that would have been a nice catch for Dulcich. But yeah, Bo Nix, guy's got an arm. He's got an arm. I'm a Colts fan. Hard to be optimistic. Seems like Texans doing everything better. Well, it's preseason, my man. It is preseason. as Nix takes a snap. He steps up, throws deep again, a little wobbly, and that one's broken up as he tried to get it to Humphrey. It's now 3rd and 10. Harrison on the defense. Shout out to Darren. What up, yo? What's going on with you, Darren, in the house? So yeah, 3rd and 10. And unfortunately, you know, you've seen one decent pass and timing was a little off. Doses couldn't reel it in. And then Humphrey, the same kind of thing. The timing. I think the timing is going to be Bo Nix's, you know, issue right now as far as figuring that out with that arm strength. As he takes another snap here, he's going to step up and run. Throws deep. That's going to be caught. 22 yards. First down to Sutton. And that's going to push these Broncos to the 34. So that was a good pass. Good pass from Bo Nix to Sutton. 22 yards. Took his time, stepped up, hit the left side, and made a good pass there. And it's now 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Bob says Ravens will lose to Mahomes and Chiefs or Allen and the Bills. We are too early to be having this conversation, yo. 1st and 10. Snap is off. This is going to be a handoff. Cut back to the left side. 2 yards picked up for McLaughlin. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 32. Duella says Chiefs, the Eagles, the Bengals, the 49ers. I'll see them in the final 6. Yeah, you know, like I said, a lot of people didn't see what they wanted to see or what they would have liked to see yesterday. And but that's just what the preseason is. You know, set your expectations. Put them in check. That's all you got to do. 2nd and 8. 10 seconds on the play clock as Bo Nix is now directing traffic. Colts bring the blitz. He gets it all pretty fast. Nice catch here. That's over to Reynolds for 11 yards, and they'll pick up the first down now as they get to the 21. 1st and 10. Shout out to ALC. What up? Says go Colts and Ravens. Shout out to you, bro. Dan in the building says, sorry, I arrived late. It's been a crazy morning. Crazy Sunday? Sundays are supposed to be chill, yo. Brandon says, all right, no more Super Bowl talk. Are we too early for week 1 predictions, though? Yes. We don't even know who's going to be starting week 1. Listen, y'all know how we do this. We get through preseason. We figure out the rosters. I then break down the power rankings, the predictions with y'all right before week 1. Y'all act like we haven't been doing this for 5 years now. I know y'all excited. I'm excited too, but we gotta wait. We gotta see what's going on for these next 3 weeks, and then we're gonna figure out who's what, who's playing what, who's doing what, and then we're gonna do our week 1 predictions and power rankings. You all will be here for it like we always are. So just relax and enjoy that football is back for these next 3 weeks. I'm also still getting through the 32 and 60. So, you know, don't worry though. We will address everything else that we need to. Dan says Broncos 24-17. We're in a quick timeout commercial break. That is the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Broncos trying to drive. Bo Nix is in the driver's seat, and he's looking okay. Right? He looked a little slow start, but he's got it together. And the Broncos are now in a position to do something at the Colts 22, but we're going to take a timeout. It is the end of the first quarter. Shout out to you guys. 159 viewers. We're at 74 likes. We need 26 to get to 100. If you have not, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate the love and support. We need 26 more likes, 26 more thumbs up to get to that 100. Let's make it happen. Also, if you have not, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream all the way through preseason, regular season, playoffs, Super Bowl. I will be here. Football is back, and we'll also get some college going for you guys Fridays and Saturdays. So make sure that you do subscribe and lock it in. Timeout. Commercial break. Shout out to you, Sassy. You already know. You already know. Darren says, what up, Jay? Bro and everyone else in the panel. I'm sitting in the car having a quick bite before I go serve my Lord at church. Shout out to you, Darren. Let's go. Let's go. Tyrone says, do you think parity in the NFL is closing? I think I said this last year. I said it. No, even the year before. I said that the dominance in the league is changing. And so that works in the favor of, obviously, Vegas and, the NFL. Because if you have, this is going to be a deep pass here to Reynolds, broken up, incomplete, 3rd and 11. If you have, a lot of teams that are evenly matched, it makes it very hard for things to become predictable. And so that's what we've basically seen over the last, I want to say 2 to 3 years, that these teams, there's no true dominant team. You'll have a team that, will show up a game, lose a game, show up a game, lose a game, win a few, lose a few. And then, at that point, things kind of shape up when we get towards the playoffs. But you don't have a real clear-cut decision as far as, who's going to do what, as far as these teams go. And that's been the shift over the last couple of years. And I do think it's kind of better, right? Because, yeah, you do know who's on the bad side, but some of these bad teams snuck in some really ridiculous wins last season that no one would have expected. So, yeah, I do think that, things are changing as far as the parity for sure. With that said, 4th and 11, these Broncos will be kicking a field goal here. It is up. It is good. And we got a tie ball game at 3 apiece as we start this second quarter. 14 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Jacob says, Jay, are you getting Madden tomorrow? Already got it, my friend. We're going to be going live with Madden. And like I said, we're also going to be doing the giveaway on the 16th. 2 copies of Madden, 1 PS5, 1 Xbox. So make sure you guys are here for that as well. Immortal says, tough to win 10 or more a season. It's true. It's very true. Especially with the divisional rivals and all. Isaac says, new Big 12 conference is here. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm excited for college. Without a doubt. Like I said, we're going to incorporate that Friday, Saturday games. Looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be great. And, we'll include that in the schedule with the NFL like we always do during the regular season. Still not a fan of the new kickoff rule. The safety call in the Chiefs game was weird. Listen, that was a problem for me. It wasn't like a roll the eyes situation. I was livid. I made a post about it yesterday. And the reason why I was livid is because they didn't have the rules in place. Fine. You want to change the kickoff. Make sure that you have everything written. Make sure that you know how exactly this is going to go. Make sure that the refs know the rules and how they should address them when these kind of situations happen. So now you say, okay, we don't know what the hell the rule's going to be. And we're going to take 5 minutes to figure it out. And we're just going to say whatever we want to say in the moment. And we're going to give 2 points to the Jaguars. That's not to discredit the Jags. It's to discredit the refs because they didn't even know what the rule was going to be in that situation. And that's why I was so aggravated, because you're changing things. You don't have the rules ready and you're coming up with it on the fly. That was my biggest problem. It wasn't the fact that there's a new kickoff format or nothing like that. It was the fact of they sat around, they didn't have an idea as far as what the rules should have been because the rule basically wasn't in place from the start. That was my problem. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Shout out to Darren says, how do you get in the Madden giveaway, bro? Listen, just be online, be subscribed, and that's all. That's all. I also have some jerseys coming in for members of the family. These are going to be exclusive giveaways for members of the family as my appreciation to you guys. So make sure that y'all are all also here for that. I'll give you guys the date and the schedule for when we're going to do that as well. Exclusive Mitchell and Ness throwback Hall of Fame players. We'll have 2 jerseys coming for you guys for that as well for members of the family. So there you go. It's going to be great. I'm back. I'm stronger than ever. The giveaways is going to be amazing. The games are going to be amazing. We going to make 24-25 something special. It's going to be great. So, yeah, these Colts are now going to take over here, 1st and 10 at the 28. And here we go. Here we go as we get started. Now, who is this? Who is this that we have in at quarterback? 1st and 10. Eilinger, that's right. Okay. Sam, good old Sam. All right. Deep throw here. This is going to be to the right side. Pick up by Winfrey for 15 yards as Eilinger gets it going. And that's going to be 1st and 10 at the 43 for these Colts. I bet Baylor's going to be tough on offense this season. Listen, there's a lot of changes going on. A lot for different teams. A lot to cover for college as well. Another quick throw here. This is going to be caught by Montgomery for 6 yards as these Colts are picking up the pace. It's going to be 2nd and 4 now at the 49. The 49. Omordo says they allow a punter to hold the football on kickoffs too as a 12th man, but he has to quickly run off the field. Listen, I'm going to have to make another video about this. I really am. I'm going to make a whole video about it. And we're really going to address this and really, do a deep dive into everything because it's kind of ridiculous. Toss to the right side now. Plenty of good blocks breaking through that line. And that's going to be Goodson picking up 10 yards in the play. 1st and 10 for these Colts as they get to the 41. The new tackle rules are dumb. Yeah, it's tough. Are you going to be streaming every day? Maybe not every day, but almost every day. Because obviously we know our football schedule is Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday all day. We do power rankings and predictions, right? Monday morning, Tuesday, we're probably breaking into, different NFL news and things like that. Wednesday, depending on what's scheduled and news and things like that. Once again, Thursday night is Thursday night. Friday, we're going to have some college, Saturday college. So like I said, pretty much every day, but not every day, depending on, what's going on and then scheduling things like that. So Eilinger's going to keep this on the run. 4 yards in the pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 6 as he'll get down to the Broncos 37. Josh Hawkins, what up, man? Shout out to you, bro. DJ Jean says, watch the NFL go flag football in 28 like the Olympics. Nah, I don't think that'll happen. They'll lose too much. They'll lose too much, bro. 2nd and 6, we have motion. This is going to be a handoff, and that's going to be a slip up by Goodson. No gain on the run. It'll be 3rd and 6 now at the Denver 37. As far as our votes, 53% for the Colts holding it down for the win. Colts fans showing up. We're also at 82 likes, ladies and gentlemen. We need 18 more. 18 more to get to that 100. So if you have not, make sure you do hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate you guys. 3rd and 6 for these Colts. 10 seconds on the play clock. Eilinger directing traffic. Back in the shotgun. Trying to get the play call off. They're down to 1. Snap is off. This is going to be a delayed handoff here. Gets it over to Goodson for 1 yard. It'll now be 4th and 5. And this may lead to another field goal here by Gay. So there you go. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this second quarter and rolling. And rolling. I can see another Super Bowl held in New Orleans before 2030. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. All right. Here we go. 8 seconds on the play clock. Field goal is up, and it is no good as it goes left. And we're stuck. We're stuck at 3 apiece. 11 minutes left in this second quarter. Missed it from 36. So there you go. Shout out to Ernie Browns. It's got to get you to 100K subs this season. Listen, we're on our way. I always tell you guys, right? It's not a race. It's a marathon. I'm just, appreciative of rocking with you guys every season like we always do. But yeah, I do think that, we should come close to it this season without a doubt. Between the mix of NFL season, college as well, the championship Super Bowl. We should definitely come close to that 100K. Donald Thomas, what up, man? What's going on with you, bro? How's your Sunday going? Mortal says, I never shared this before, but 23 years ago, I was indirectly on Ralph Wilson's payroll. I was doing construction engineering services on I-96 in Lansing for his concrete paving company. Shout out to you, Mortal. Let's go, bro. Bringing up some history. Ralph Wilson. All right. I didn't know he owned a construction engineering company. All right. Dan says DraftKings is not a trusted gambling game. I don't know. I haven't used DraftKings. Shout out to Tyrone, says they should put the Super Bowl in every NFL town regardless of weather. Yes and no. Because, right, let's say the Super Bowl was held in Buffalo. And in February, Buffalo can get absolutely hammered with lake effect snow and like a blizzard. So it could be like a nightmare if the Bills had a Super Bowl in February and everything's planned and ready to go, and then you get 8 feet of snow within 48 hours. That could be bad. Josh Hawkins says, Jay, who do you pick to win? I have not picked. I don't have a race in this game, or a dog in this fight, or in this race for this game. Dado says, hear anything about the Cowboys? Rumor says they may be sold. It could be the biggest sports money sale in sports history. I have not heard that, but I will try to look it up and find some research and see if it is true, because that'll be interesting if it is. And I would assume that would be a record-breaking sale, considering the value that the Cowboys have. But here we go. This is going to be a handoff here for these Broncos to the left side. That's going to be Estime picking up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 now at the Broncos 49. Wendy says, Jay, do you know when you'll be hosting the Chargers? I got to look at the schedule, but I'm sure I will be within the next couple weeks for preseason at some point. DJ Jean says Olympic breakdancing is wild. Maybe next time the Cuban Shuffle will be an Olympic. We were just talking about that, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it either. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to watch it. 2nd and 5. 2 seconds on the play clock. Sorry, y'all. I got the hiccups. 2 seconds on the play clock here. This is going to be taken for another couple yards by Estimate to be 3rd and 3 now. Hey, some water. My goodness. Quick shout out to Nate for liking the stream on Facebook. Thanks a lot, man. I do appreciate you. I'll be doing a lot of talking. I got to stay hydrated. Shout out to you, Wendy. International NFL in Germany. Yeah, we're doing the overseas games that start at 9:30. You know how we do. Be up early with the coffee and the breakfast. Catching the 9:30 game. Nix scrambles left. He keeps going. He's going to run for this first down here, and he will pick up 6 yards, getting the first down at the Colts 43. So Nix using the legs there. I like it. We haven't seen it happen yet. And, he's not fast, but he's not slow either. He's got a little bit of wheels going for him. I like it. So 1st and 10 for these Broncos at the 43. As I think at this point, I can say that from what I see out of Knicks, a little bit more quality than what we witnessed out of Stidham at this point. As Nick steps up, quick pass, gets rid of it, sends it over to Estimate for 2 yards. It'll now be 2nd and 8 at the Colts 41. Shout out to Donald. Coffee, right? A little coffee. Shout out to Dan, says I had my coffee today and I had shrimps for breakfast. Really? Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of shrimp and grits. Little shrimp and grits. I'm down for it. 2nd and 8 minutes and 20 seconds and rolling in this second quarter as we have motion. Knicks directing traffic. Colts showing a blitz. They bring it. And Knicks throws pass broken up at the last second. But there's also a flag here. This may be pass interference on Flowers, and they're going to call it. They're going to call it. He was smothering Vele, and they're going to give it to the Broncos. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the 30. I'm not sure if I like the call. I do think he played the ball, but let's see here. Yeah, I mean, there's maybe a little hold there on the shoulder pad. Yeah, so I get it. Little hold in the shoulder pad. They'll call him for pass interference, and that's going to push the Broncos to the 30, 1st and 10. So here we go. And this is going to be a quarterback keep as Nick's now getting it going on the run. He'll pick up 11 yards, and this will be 1st and 10 now at the 19. So mixing it up, going with the run, going with the pass, using those legs, improvising. I like it. Great little block there. Okay, 1st and 10. Dan says, I hope the teams in the NFC will prove themselves and beat an AFC in the next Super Bowl 2025. We got a long way to go, my friend. A long way to go. 8 seconds on the play clock. Knicks in the backfield. This is going to be a play fake. Quick throw goes to the left side, and he'll hit Vele for 8 yards on the pass. 2nd and 2 as they get to the Indianapolis 11. Indianapolis 11. Josh Hawkins says, Jay, I want the Broncos to win. Hey, they're doing okay. I think they got the momentum. I think they have the momentum right now. As far as the votes go, 168 votes, 53% for the Colts, holding it down for the win. 7 minutes and rolling in the second quarter. Here we go. Knicks now under center. Broncos in the I form. And this is going to be a handoff as they go to the left side, fights through, breaking tackles, and gets the first down. 7 yards for McLaughlin. It'll be 1st and goal at the Colts 4. Bob says, I'm picking the Chiefs to three-peat. Bob, we knew that you were picking the Chiefs no matter what. But a three-peat, I don't think is in the cards. I don't think it's in the cards. 1st and goal. 1st and goal. 6 minutes on the clock and rolling in the second quarter. Dan says, I really want to see Tampa Bay or the Eagles back in the Super Bowl. I'm not sure about those Eagles, man. I'm not sure. It's going to be a handoff here. Right side, up the middle on the run. Pick up 3 yards from McLaughlin. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 1. Shout out to Rick Williams for liking the stream on Facebook. Thanks a lot. I do appreciate you. Also, make sure that you do share the stream on Facebook with your friends and family. I do appreciate you guys for the support. Also, make sure you guys on YouTube, hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We need 9 more to get to 100. I do appreciate all of you for rocking with us on this beautiful Sunday. Here we go. 2nd and goal. 7 seconds on the play clock. Bo is going to hand it off. Can't break through that wall. And estimate will get stopped for no gain. It'll be 3rd and goal now at the 1. Bob says, you hear it here first, Jay? Listen, I've been hearing it for the last few months. Chiefs going to three-peat. Chiefs going to do this. Listen, I give the Chiefs credit, right? Super Bowl champions. You've definitely got a couple new, pieces to the team, a couple new assets to the team. The real question is, are you still going to be able to execute at that high level with all these other changes? Here we go. Quick throw out to the left side. Touchdown for these Broncos as Mims gets involved, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. There we go. Ric Flair, where are you at? So 1 yard touchdown from Nix to Mims. Extra point is up and it's good. And the score is now 10-3. Bo Nix looking strong, right? There's obviously some work that needs to happen. There's obviously some work that needs to be done. But for the most part, I definitely think that he looks better than Stidham. And I know that he's going to look better than Zach Wilson. I mean, we just don't trust Zach Wilson for anything. Especially around anybody's mom. But I do think that Bo Nix is in a position to definitely, get something going here for these Broncos. Shout out to Legendary. Says, bro, we still got Tony. We'll be fine. Yeah. You rocking with Kadarius? You rocking with Tony? I remember you guys were ready to throw that man in the fire. But hey, we'll see what them Chiefs do. But for right now, Bo Nix lighting it up. Scores 10-3. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left in this second quarter. As Dan says, go Bronx, go. Horse on a horse. That was hilarious. All right. Scores 10-3, 4 minutes and 51 seconds left in this second quarter. As far as the votes go, we got 175, 53% for the Colts, still holding it down. And we're one like away. We are one like away from that 100. So make sure you guys hit that like, that thumbs up. I do appreciate you all. Yeah. Decent game so far, right? We've seen a good mix of defense, good mix of offense. It's been pretty steady for the most part, right? It hasn't kind of just, been a roller coaster. It's been a steady game. And I think the Broncos are good at playing at their own pace, without a doubt. So, yeah, 10-3. They got the lead. And we're in a quick timeout commercial break. Tampa Bay, yeah. I think Baker Mayfield's definitely, got his second win in the league, and, he's looking to seize the moment. He's got some dog in him for sure. So, after the Bo Nix touchdown, they're going to kick it back to the Colts, who will have 4 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. And we'll get ready. Here we go. Kick is off. This is going to be taken here from the 10. And they're going to run to that right side, picking up about, 24 yards. And they'll start the 33, first and 10. So now, let's see, who do we got here as quarterback? Is Eilinger still in? Ryan says, Bo Nix any good? For what the Broncos need right now, I think he's the best choice. Out of what I've seen, I think Bo Nix is going to be the best choice. We still got a lot of football left to play, though. Here we go. As Eilinger drops back. Deep throw. That's going to be a great catch and run for Montgomery as he gets 39 yards. First and 10 as these Colts get down to the 28. Great catch. Ric Flair, where you at? One more time for the people in the back. Bo Nix looks more confident when he's not head-to-head versus Michael Penix. It's a whole different ball game now. First and 10 now from the 28. 10 seconds on the play clock. We have motion. As this is going to be a handoff. Tries to hit that right side. He gets stopped in his tracks as Hull goes down. Loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Dan says the Broncos cheerleaders are more salty than Cowboy cheerleaders. What? Why? I don't even know what that means. Salty, why? 3:42 on the clock and rolling in this second quarter before halftime. 2nd and 11 as Eilinger is directing traffic. 10 seconds on the play clock. Broncos showing a 4-man rush. Snap is off. Eilinger has time. Quick throw to the middle, and this is going to be caught here by Mallory for 5 yards. It'll now be 3rd and 6 at the Broncos 24. Bob says, I'm too old for cartoons. T-Man says, so 10,000 on Broncos to win the Super Bowl. Y'all keep talking about the Super Bowl. And you talking about dropping big money on the Broncos to go to the Super Bowl? Do you believe that the Broncos can get to the Super Bowl, let alone win it? If you believe that, then drop 10 grand on them. This is going to be a handoff up the middle here to Hull again. He'll get 3 yards, and that'll lead to 4th and 3. And this may lead to a field goal for these Colts. We'll see what they do. Bacon and Sports, what up? Since had a good time yesterday, let's hope the Bills made some changes. I would like to think so. As it looks like these Colts are not going to settle for the field goal. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Do or die. 10 seconds on the play clock. We have motion. Blitz comes from the Broncos. Quick throw right side. That's going to be caught. Plenty of space. Big pickup. 14 yards. And that's going to be Hull. 1st and goal as these Colts get to the 7 on the 4th down play. Beautiful. Beautiful design. I like the call. Caught the Broncos off guard on the blitz. And a great throw by Eilinger. There it is. I slept in the Buffalo stream. It's like a good middle of the night snoozer. Shout out to Eric. Says, let's go Colts. Donkeys won't win the AFC. That belongs to the Chiefs. It's a new year, my friend. It is a new year, my friend. You got to wait your turn just like everybody else. You got to wait your turn. We're in a quick timeout commercial break, y'all. Quick timeout commercial break. I wanted to see more action on the Bears game. Oh, I did too. Unfortunately, we did not see a lot of action from the Bills, though. So there it is. You know, that's just the reality of it. Like I said, it's nothing to be mad about, nothing to be upset about. And at the end of the day, you know, it's a learning curve, learning experience. And the Bears just came out strong. You know, there's no denying that. A lot of people want to deny it, but the Bears came out strong. And so, you know, you have to look at it from a point of, if you haven't game planned and if you're not ready to go out there and execute, then yesterday is exactly what's going to happen. The same thing with the Chiefs. They weren't ready to go out there and play and execute in a preseason game against the Jags, and the Jags were just ready. You know, they were outplayed, outcoached, and, you know, that's just the reality of it. You obviously want your team to win, you know, during preseason, but if they don't, well, hey, there's different variables that go into the reasons why. And it's not just always about the players, because if you look at the coaching and some of the decision making and some of the formations that the Bills were in yesterday during a lot of the running, it was bad. And you could say, well, you could look at what happened last year with the Bills in the running game and look how bad the defense was. And you'd be absolutely correct to compare the two. So that's why I say there's a silver lining when it comes to saying that preseason doesn't matter, especially if you're seeing the same kind of results from last season. But I'll leave it alone. I will move on from it. There you go. Shout out to Immortal, says Bears Super Bowl. Let's go. You got old because you stopped watching cartoons. That's interesting. I mean, would you get old if you know, completely left your childhood behind? I would think so, right? You still got to do some kind of those things. Like, I still like playing games, like, you know, some Madden, some 2K, you know, things like that. But, you know, there's a lot of us older gentlemen that puts in work on the football games. I've been a Madden champion and a Madden OG for a long time. Here we go. 9 seconds on the play clock, as this is going to be a handoff up the middle, pickup of about 3 yards. And that's going to take us down to the 4 on the Broncos side. Minute 56 on the clock, and Denver's going to call a timeout. Shout out to you, TPP. Bacon and Sports has got to strengthen up that weak side and make those catches on the other team's bad throws. Listen, it's textbook. It's textbook. T-Man says, I like the Bills, but the wide receiver room is a big question mark. I'll be honest with you. Let's just say that the Bills wide receiver room is good. It's the defensive line that's a big question mark. That's the true question mark. This is going to be another run here up the middle, pick up maybe another yard or two, and now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Shout out to Ticklish. Thundercats. Ho! I haven't seen Thundercats in so long, yo. He-Man, all that. Fraggle Rock. The original Transformers. Oh, man, you're taking me way back. Way back. Heavy Metal. Man. Going back to them days. Marvel says, I'm not that old, but I love certain things such as video games. Even at 24, I still play video games. Listen, as you should. You got to find your piece. Listen, if that's your piece, take it. You know? Just make sure that you've handled, all your business and all that stuff and take care of your priorities. There's nothing wrong with the game after that. Not at all. So as Hull's going to run up the middle here, breaks the tackle, moves inside. That's going to be a touchdown for these Colts. And that is going to be a 1-yard run for Hull. And they're looking to tie this thing up with the extra point, and the score will be 10 apiece with 1:45 left in this second quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Tie ball game. Tie ball game. By the power of Grayskull. Too many drops. That should be a turnover for 6. Well, tie game. And you know what? I figured that this was going to be a good one. I did. Sunday, 1:00 game. It had to be a good one. We got ourselves a nice little show. Quick shout out to Mativa for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Dan says we hadn't had a Bears Super Bowl since the 80s. And it's been a long time. It's been a long time, over 40 years. Immortal says momentum shift. No, I think it's about even. I think the momentum's about even. I mean, considering that the win percentage is 51.2%. So there you go. But even as far as the poll's at 53% for the Colts out of 190 votes. So, this thing is as even as it can get. And the spread was 1.5. Over-under, or the spread was 1.5. The over-under is 38.5. So we're literally right where we're supposed to be, considering, the matchups and what you get out of these two teams. But here we go. Colts will send it back to the Broncos with 1:45 on the clock left before halftime. The kick is off, and this is going to be taken here from the 7. Hits that left side, tries to squeeze through, and the Broncos will start at their 27, 1st and 10, with 1:40 on the clock. 1:40 on the clock. Tank the Shy Guy says the Bears were literally in the Super Bowl in 07. Are you sure? They've been doing so bad, I can't remember. It's been a long time. How long ago was 07? 1st and 10. Here we go. This is going to be a quick throw here. That ball is fumbled. It comes out, picked up by the Colts, and this is going to be a fumble recovery picked up by the Colts. Unfortunately, it may come back, though. I'm not sure if he truly had possession on this catch here, so it may come back. We'll see. We will see here. So quick throw. He does make a move. I do think this is going to be considered a fumble, as Kroll drops it. He makes that move. He tries to turn up. It comes out. And that's going to be a fumble recovery for the Colts. They're going to have it at the Denver 16, 1st and 10 with 1:30. So there you go. Just not 40 years. I mean, yeah. Well, no, somebody said the 80s, and I was just exaggerating. But still, 07. and we're talking about a win. We're talking about a win. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I can't even remember what I was doing in 07. All I know is I was working somewhere. I was working. Here we go. 1st and 10 for these Colts after the fumble. Snap is off. Pressure comes. Throws. And that's going to be picked off. What a terrible throw to Woods from Eilinger. And this is going to be picked off by Smith. And the Broncos will literally get it right back. Why not go for the run? Why throw the short pass? That is a terrible miscommunication and an unfortunate series of events for Eilinger as he throws up the easy pick and puts it right in his hands, and the Broncos will get it right back. So there you go. There you go. Devin, yep, that's right. That's right. He did. He took it straight to the house. It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now. So Nix now has it and all the time in the world. He gets rid of it finally and over to Kroll, and he'll pick up 16 yards as he tries to redeem himself from that fumble. And now it'll be 1st and 10. Broncos now in the hurry up, down to 1:07 on the clock and rolling. Nix back in the shotgun. Snap is off. They bring 4 on the Colts side. Another quick pass over to Kroll. He'll pick up another big gain as they get down to the 48. 50 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Snap is off. Pressure comes again. Nix steps up. Another deep throw and too much to the left side. This will be incomplete. Try to get it to Ville. It'll be 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. As far as teams that deserve to go, I still think the Lions need a Super Bowl appearance. I mean, to be honest, you know, the Lions were close. They could have been there. I do think that, you know, a lot of the issues with the Lions came down to Dan Campbell's decision making. And that's not to say he's not a great coach, because I do think that he is. But I do think some of the, you know, decision making was a little reckless. And that may have cost, you know, the Lions in certain scenarios that could have put them over the hump. But right now we have 29 seconds on the clock. Quick catch here by Humphrey for these Broncos as they're now at the 49, 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. Shout out to you, Legendary. I was watching clips from Shawshank Redemption earlier, yo. So that's hilarious that you said that. I gotta watch Shawshank Redemption again. It's been a minute. It's one of my favorite movies for sure. I think it's in like my top 20. Yeah, it's in my top 20. Manuel says Bear last in Super Bowl in 2007 and in 86 the Bears won. Yeah, I mean that's what we meant, right? The Bears haven't won in almost 40 years. That's the reality. I know some of y'all are hype. Don't get in your feelings because Jay said it's been 40 years. It's been almost 40 years since the Bears have won a Super Bowl. So there you go. 3rd and 8. Deep throw here by Bo Nix, and wow. In traffic, and they're going to call a flag, and it's going to be on the defense. Pass interference. Talk about being thrown a bone. That's going to put the Broncos here at the Colts 22, 1st and 10 with 32 seconds on the clock. What a change of events. My goodness. So Colts got it back. Then they lost it because of the pick from that Eilinger threw. And now the Broncos have been set up with great field advantage because of this pass interference. They'll be at the 22, 1st and 10. Krieger Bailey, what up, man? What's going on with you? Since I quote the heck out of it. Right? Get busy living or get busy dying. Here we go as Nix rolls out left. Quick throw to the middle, and this is going to be caught. Pick up about 8 yards. As it's now going to be 2nd and down. 14 seconds on the clock and rolling, and they're going to spike it to stop the clock. And there's also a flag. There's also a flag here. I'm assuming they may have caught him offsides. We'll see. When they did notice Andy wearing the Wharton shoes. Yeah, man. Listen, that movie was written to perfection. Like I said, it's definitely in my top 20 movies of all time. The writing, the acting, the screenplay, the whole thing. That movie is top tier for sure. Definitely a classic. Definitely a classic. So 12 seconds on the clock here as it's going to be 1st and goal. 1st and goal. Coach Campbell should have his own soup brand and sell it across the USA. I mean, you would think he'd got some kind of endorsement from Campbell's. I don't know. Knicks deep throw, end zone, incomplete. Miscommunication there on the route, and that could have been a pick. But they are here at the 4, 2nd and goal. Shout out to Immortal says, of course, rest with the flag. It is to be expected, right? They've, from the first 2 or 3 games, didn't really notice too much, but in these last 2, the 4th and 5th now, yeah, they're starting to get flag happy. So they're going to go ahead and kick the field goal here. It is up, and that's going to put the Broncos to 13. Take them to 13-10 as we head into the half. And there's 5 seconds before we get into it. So there you go. There you go. Great game. Great game. We've seen a good mix. Some mistakes obviously were made. Bo Nix looks like he could be the man for the job for the Broncos so far. We still got weeks to go, but I do like what I've seen from Bo Nix over Jarrett Stidham for sure. Sam Eilinger, unfortunately, making some mistakes. And, we really didn't see too much out of Richardson. So I think at this point, the Colts are kind of just hanging on. And, that's where we are, 13-10. I think this is going to be one of those games where defense will end up winning. As the Colts are going to take it here to about the 20, and that will end the second quarter and take us to halftime, ladies and gentlemen. So there it is, 13-10, Broncos up, and we're going to take it to halftime. I'll be back after I get refreshed, get some snacks, and I will see you guys back for the second half. Back for the second half.
dance, dance the night away. Dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance the night away. System feels right, 'cause I came here to dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance the night away. Dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance the night away.
How about now? Is it working now? This thing can be weird sometimes. Are we good? We should be good. The signal was moving, but for some reason, the output wasn't going through. We should be good now. All right, here we go. 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Low snap. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. 3 yards from McLaughlin. It'll be 3rd and 3 here at the 35 now for these Colts. Shout out to you, Forrest and Fashawn. Thanks a lot. 12 minutes and 33 seconds left in this third quarter. Decent start for the Broncos, and once again, a decent start for Bo Nix. Still coming out strong, keeping the momentum. And as for and mixing it up, I like the mix up of plays. I like the run. I like the pass. And as far as Bo Nix goes, he's looking fairly decent as far as, going through his progressions and taking his time. As for right now, once again, sat in the pocket, found the open man. Big play here for 22 yards as he'll find McLaughlin again on the pass. 1st and 10 now at the Colts 13. Great moving the ball. Good job moving the ball. Ernie says, I thought it was me. No, it was me. It was me. So there's basically two mutes. There's a mute on my Rodecaster, and then there's a mute on Streamlabs. And unfortunately, I did not hit the right one. So there you go. But we're all good. We're all good. Quick pass to Kroll for a yard. It's now 2nd and 9 at the Colts 12. Now, I want to see if Nix can punch it in, right? Can you find corner route, end zone? Can you make that happen? Because those are the plays that really distinguish, the okay quarterbacks from the good ones. Can you place that ball in the pocket, for a touchdown, or can you find somebody on a slant and put it right in their chest so they can catch it for a touchdown? This next play here is going to be a handoff to the right side, pick up for an estimate of 3 yards. 3rd and 6 now at the Colts 9. Shout out to you, Dan. I got you, bro. Thanks for the love and support. 3rd and 6 at the Colts 9 for these Broncos here. And like I said, for the most part, he's making good decisions. He's taking his time. He's not, just running out of the pocket. He's staying in there, waiting for things to read through properly. Quick throw, and that's going to be another nice pickup. Maybe just short of the first down as Sills gets it again. This is going to be 5 yards. I think they're spotting a little short. It's probably going to be 4th and inches. And you go for this. I think you go for this, right? You've got the momentum. I think you go for this. You show some strength. And, hey, you might even do a quarterback keep, run it in for a touchdown, get this guy some confidence, get him going. But we'll see how they draw it up. 9 minutes and 54 seconds on the clock in this third quarter, 4th and 1. It looks like there's going to be a challenge. And I almost agree. I do think that it's closer to the first than what it was. I didn't like the spot, and that's why I said they probably would mark it 4th and inches. But they're going to bring out the chains. They're going to bring out the chains. They are going to see where they spot this ball after a quick commercial break timeout. Shout out to you, Dan. So quick commercial break. Timeout, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 118 likes. Like I said, the next goal is 125. So if you have not, make sure you do hit that like, hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream all the way through the preseason, regular season, playoffs, and the Super Bowl. We do this all season long. We'll get into some college as well. I know college doesn't start until the 24th. But we will be doing NFL that day as well, so it kind of is a moot point. But the following Friday and Saturday is when we'll get back into the college, so we'll get that going. And, college and NFL. Can't go wrong. Looks like Denver challenged the call, but they're going to say it's upheld. So Denver, unfortunately, will lose a timeout. And like I said, I didn't like where they spot the ball, but I guess, Shangan came out and said, that's where it is. But it would be where it is, considering that's where the ball was spot. Funny how that works. Shout out to you, Ernest. Let's go, yo. Quick timeout, commercial break. Marafty, what up? Says, is Nick's doing good? Yeah, he's doing good. Like I said, there's some things that he's obviously going to have to work on. I think the accuracy a little bit, trying to contain that power because he's got a strong arm. But for the most part, his decision making has been good. He's taking his time back there in the pocket. He's going through his progressions. He's got some decent legs on him. So, he's been good as far as the run goes and scrambling and things like that. I do think that this may be the best opportunity that the Broncos have when it comes to a quarterback. Now, it is preseason though, right? So you're going to have to look at it from a perspective of 4 weeks. We're going to really have to dial in and see if he can keep this consistency going. And if he can, then I do think that he'll be the individual that gets the job to start for the Broncos come week 1. But for right now, he's doing good. He's doing good. This is going to be a handoff here for these Broncos as they're on 4th and 1. Obviously, you go for it. They do pick up the first down, 2 yards on the run. It is now 1st and goal at the Colts 2. 1st and goal at the Colts 2. Nice run there by Estime. So like I said, I did want to see, some throws to the end zone. Did want to see if he could punch it in, because that definitely goes into the bag. That definitely goes into the mix of, what quarterbacks can do, because you're not always going to be able to run the ball into the end zone. Can you find that open receiver in the end zone? Can you get there yourself? As they'll go for the handoff again, and they're going to fight. They're going to fight. They're close to it. I think they got it. Did he extend for that touchdown? We're waiting on the signal. We are waiting on the signal here. It looks like he got it. We're going to call this a touchdown as Estime up the middle for 2 yards, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is. So like I said, they pound the ball. They've been doing that. That's been great. But in these kind of scenarios, I do think that you want to kind of draw it up, see if Nix can throw to that end zone, see if he can work through that red zone pressure, that goal line pressure, because all that's going to work. All that's going to matter. And if you can't, get the run going, or if the run's not working, then, you got to get him some time in there as far as to understand his strengths and weaknesses in the red zone and the goal line throwing. But with that said, hey, let's take a touchdown and put it on the board. The score is now 20-10 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in this third quarter. Shout out to Forrest as Bo holds the all-time NCAA pass completion percentage. Yeah, that's great for college. That's great for college. What is that? How does that transfer over to this NFL though? That's the question. How's that going to transfer over to his NFL game? So there you go. Score is 20-10. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Quick timeout and commercial break. But yeah, like I said, for the most part, he's doing well. He's doing well. I think from what we've seen out of Stidham, it's night and day compared to the kind of the style, just the reads of the defense. His poise, he's staying calm back there. So for the most part, like I said, I'm confident that if he can keep, this going, and if he's able to, not let the game get above him mentally, then he should do well. And obviously, hopefully get something going here for these Broncos, because they need it. They need a solid quarterback. I think, Russell Wilson obviously did as much as he could with what he had. But at the same time, he's a little older, and, you're not in your prime anymore. So as an older veteran quarterback like Russell Wilson, you almost need a pre-made team that has some elite wide receivers, an elite runner, and where you can just come in and bring your talents and potentially lead that team, to the playoffs and potentially a big show. And unfortunately, even with Judy and Sutton and Williams, it was just a disconnect there. And unfortunately, I don't think the team really believed in Russell Wilson. So that's where we are. That's why we are where we are now. And Bo Nix is in, holding it down. And like I said, for the most part, I like what I'm seeing. So there you go. What did you think about the Packers versus Browns preseason? I haven't really thought about it. That's coming up, right? Which week is that? Let me know which week it is, and then I'll have a we may do like a prediction video in regards to that game specifically based on the results with these Bears and the Packers during their respective games. But here we go. Kickoff back to the Colts, and they're going to start here at about the 26 after the touchdown by the Broncos, and we have 9 minutes and 4 seconds left here in this third quarter. Yesterday? Oh, you mean like just from their own individual games? I didn't have a chance to check out the Packers yet. I haven't seen any highlights. I haven't looked at any stats, nothing like that. So I got to go back and look at that. I haven't looked at anything as far as, stats and highlights and things like that. So, but when I do, I'll let you know. Time has definitely been of the essence. I wanted to stream last night, but like I said, I didn't have time. I had stuff going on. And then same thing with today. I can do the 1 o'clock, which we're doing the 1 o'clock game now, but I won't be able to stream later because I got stuff going on that I got to take care of. But yeah, I'll check out the highlights. I'll see, who's doing what, and then we'll recap about it like we always do. But here we go. Quick pass here on 2nd and 14. That's going to be incomplete as it looks like it goes out of bounds, or he caught it but went out of bounds. So they'll count that as an incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 14 now from the 22 as Clovis is now in, or sorry, Slovis. I got to clean my glasses off. Slovis is now in. Anybody know who the hell Slovis is? Or what is he a rookie? Or is he a vet? I never heard of him. Slovis is now in for the Colts. 3rd and 14 as he drops back, runs to the right side, tries to make a quick move, and he'll go nowhere. It looks like no gain. And this will lead to 3 and out and a punt. Yeah, I'd never heard of the Slovis individual. Shout out to you, Dan. Anybody know what's up with him? Any Colts fans in the house that know of Slovis and where he was and what he's done, or potentially what he could do for this team? But here we go. 4th and 14. Colts are going to punt back to the Broncos. And this will be taken here from the 34. Tries to get around and cannot, and they'll start there, 1st and 10. Ernie says after Slovis 1 year at BYU, he went undrafted in the NFL 2024 NFL draft this past April, but signed on with the Colts. Okay. Shout out to you, Luta. I knew you was going to be in here eventually. Rookie, okay. All right, so he went undrafted. 1 year, huh? BYU? Interesting. So we got a quick timeout. Commercial break, scores 20-10. Broncos have the ball back at their 34, 7 minutes and 46 seconds. So 1 year at BYU, he goes undrafted and then signs with the Colts. All right. Is he somebody that will be an asset, or is he just there for depth? Because like I said, I never heard of him. Says an MRI revealed Slovis had suffered an ulnar nerve injury and had strained a tendon on his throwing elbow, which affected his ability to grip and throw the ball. Well, I guess that kind of explains it. I mean, you're a rookie. You've already got what it sounds like to be a decent injury that's going to affect your game and your career moving forward. So I would assume that Slovis is kind of going to be just, added to the depth. But he probably won't make the team. Hillbilly says Slovis also played for USC and Pitt. Okay. So he's been at it for a while. While we're on this quick commercial break, let me go and look at some of these college stats That way we can get an accurate understanding of who Keaton Slovis is. All right, so let's look at the stats. Let's go back to NCAA. We'll go back the last 3 years. USC, he was 193 of 297, 65% completion percentage, 2,153 yards. He averaged 7.2. He had 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, sacked 12 times. With Pitt, he was 184, 315, 58% completion, 2,300 yards. He was 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 2023 BYU, 153 of 266, 57%, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I mean, I guess that's it. Yeah, not really nothing to write home about, but I guess, for depth, if you can use them, that's where the Colts are. So this is going to be a pickup here of 9 yards for Estime as Zach Wilson is now in the game. Zach Wilson is now in for these Broncos. And they're at the 43 to be 2nd and 1. College streaming starts the Friday, Saturday after the 24th, Dan. That Friday and Saturday. Shout out to you, Ernie. He's like, I hit it with a quick search. 2nd and 1. This is going to be a handoff. Right side cuts back in. No, that's going to be a fumble. Drop the ball. And this is going to be a recovery for a touchdown. Scoop and a score. If this stands, this is going to be a touchdown for the Colts. And just like that, Zach Wilson gets in, and now you've got a fumble. See, I told you this guy's bad luck. Zach Wilson is bad luck. Bo Nix had this thing going real smooth. It was going smooth. They were up 20-10. Zach Wilson comes in, and now Estime fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Abraham. Colts run it in for a touchdown. And now the score is 20-17. Just that fast. Just that fast. Tyrone says, sounds like a regular dude. Yeah, pretty much. Shout out to Luta. Luta says, yes, go Colts. Uncle Nate says, yo, Jay, what are your thoughts on the Guardian cap and games this year? I mean, I don't really think about it, to be honest. I think I understand because, it's an additional feature for, safety and all that kind of stuff. But I don't really, and I think they made it optional too. So it's kind of like, it's not really a big deal. If you want to use it, it's a choice. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. So, I don't really think no way about it. I think, hey, if it's going to help these guys stay healthy, and if it's going to help these guys, stay on the field, sure, especially during practice, because you don't want guys getting injured during practice. It's kind of, defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. So, yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Now, if it becomes forced on people and you start hearing the gripes and the complaints and people saying that they don't want to wear it, then I think it could definitely be, something to talk about. But as long as it's optional, I think it's fine. So yeah, after the scoop and score fumble recovery for the Colts, it's now 20-17, 3-point game with 6 minutes and 58 seconds left in this third quarter. And that is not what you want to see if you're a Broncos fan. As far as the likes go, we got 130 likes, ladies and gentlemen. The next goal is going to be 150. So if you have not, make sure that you do hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. We need 20 more. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Click that bell. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream. Shout out to William Nicholson. What up, man? What's going on with you? Also, shout out to George for liking the stream on Facebook. Thanks a lot, George. I appreciate you, bro. So, yeah, this is where we are. 3-point game now due to the fumble, but the Broncos will get the ball back. Like I said, I just don't trust Zach Wilson, and there it is. Obviously, I'm not going to put it completely on him, but the reality is it happened when he came in the game. So there you go. Estime did fumble, though. It was a decent run to the right side, and that ball just popped out. So now we'll see what these Broncos can do with it again. They're up 3. So after the kickoff, the Broncos will be here at the 31, 1st and 10. And here we go. Shout out to Hillbilly, says Jay, found your stream for the first time yesterday. I have to say I'm enjoying things so far. Thanks a lot, man. Welcome for being here. Like I said, always a chill vibe, good times, family friendly. Everybody's welcome, all 32 teams. We just love sports. We have a good time, man. And glad to have you. Glad to have you for sure. Regular season is when you'll definitely start to see, a lot of the crazies show out. It gets a little crazy when we got like 4,000 or 5,000 people in here. We start getting into those higher games. 8,000, 10,000, 13,000 people. You'll see it starts getting a little crazy in here. But it's always fun. It's always a good time. We keep it fun. The mods always hold it down too. Shout out to the Wrench Gang. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 4. As Wilson is under center. He rolls out, goes right, quick throw. This is going to be caught by Campmoyer, and that's going to be 11 yards in the play. 1st and 10 at the Denver 48. Shout out to you, George. What up, man? Wrench Gang in the building. Let's go. Fredo in the house says, y'all better get ready for my Ravens. I know that much. Listen, I'm expecting good things for the Ravens. I like that Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry combo. I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see what they do, for sure. 1st and 10, Wilson under center. 10 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Little pitch to the left side. Good blocking. Get some space on that edge, and that's going to be another 11-yard play, or just under that. I apologize. Estimate for 8 yards, and that's going to be 2nd and 2 here as they get to the Colts 44. Uncle Nate says, Jay, as a longtime listener, I got to say, Bills Mafia might be looking at a 3 spot in the division this year from lack at wide receiver. It's too early to say, bro. Let's have this conversation again come week 2, week 3. Breathe a little bit, relax for right now. And by week 3, if you feel the same way, then let's have that conversation then, because right now I think it's a little too early to say that. And I say it's a little too early to say that because we really didn't see the starters do much, nor could we see them do too much because it just wasn't that game. So we got to see him perform a little more. I've been watching training tape and camp and things like that. Like I said, we seen him on the field for all of first quarter, and we didn't get the full effect. So week 1, week 2, week 3, let's figure it out then. But for right now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. You can bring down the tray table. Drinks are coming. 1st and 10. This is going to be a quick handoff here to Estimate as he gets 1 yard and runs. 2nd and 9 at the 41. Clock now down to 4 minutes. Shout out to Kolya. What up? What's going on with you, Kolya, in the house? Hillbilly says, Bucks fan through and through since 1976. Listen, I'm excited to see what Baker's going to do, right? He's got that new contract. He's looking to make a statement himself. I do think that this year is going to be some really interesting football from all teams, without a doubt. We're going to see some surprises. And like I said, that's why, everybody needs to just hold their hats, stay calm, because, we're going to have some moments where you think you know what's going to happen and it's not going to happen. And you're going to feel secure with certain things, and that was almost picked off. Incomplete to Mims Jr. It's going to be 3rd and 9. You're going to see some things that just completely change your whole perspective from what you thought from certain teams. And, you're going to see new people step up. You're going to see, old people flounder, or old veterans flounder. And, it's kind of how it's been over the last 3 years. And that's why there's no true dominance in the NFL, which, it is what it is. But Zach almost threw it right in the hands of Brooks. That ball is almost picked off. It is 3rd and 9, and we'll have to see if he can convert as takes a snap here, takes his time, quick throw. That is going to be caught. Also a flag. We'll have to see what the flag is about, and it looks like defensive holding. It's going to be declined, so 1st and 10 at the Colts 26. Shout out to Patty Barnett. Says SMA's running game has been a disappointment. Yeah, for the most part, from what I'm seeing here, barring the fumble, obviously, he really hasn't been as effective as McLaughlin. So I definitely want to see McLaughlin and Williams back in more. Estime is not, doing a good job right now. Maybe it's the defense. Maybe, he's just having an off game. But McLaughlin and Williams definitely did a way better job as far as running goes. And I would probably give, more credit, obviously, to Williams. But we know the position that he's in regardless. But, yeah, Williams and McLaughlin right now are your top two for sure. But here we go. Nice little play fake. Quick throw to the right side from Wilson as he gets it over to Camp Moyer for 14 yards, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Colts 11 now. So, hey, even though I don't think Zach Wilson is worth much in dollars at this point, he is moving the ball. He's moving the ball, but we've seen him do this before. Can he punch it in? Can he punch it in and get these Broncos back up and fix the mistake that he was a part of earlier? Here we go. 1st and 10. This is going to be a toss to the left side now. Nice blocking. Tries to hit that edge. Runs inside. And that looks like it's going to be a touchdown. We'll see what they call it. Did he break the plane? Hits that left side. Good blocking. And he does. That's going to be a touchdown for those Broncos as Beatty gets in for 11 yards. So there it is. Pinning the extra point. It's going to be 27-17. So it'll be back to a 10-point game as they get the run going again. Beatty for 11 yards as the extra point is up and good. 27-17 is the score. Shout out to Carl and Tracy. Says, hey, Jay, glad you're back for another year of football. Said hi to the cats. Shout out to Carl and Tracy. Shout out to you guys. Yeah. Glad you're back. Glad you're back. Another great season. Another exciting season. You guys know exactly how we do. Always a good time. Always a good time. So, yeah. Nice running. But once again, right, we have not seen, or at least I haven't seen, any real solid throws to the end zone in the last 4 games that we've streamed. I haven't seen any really solid, good throws to the end zone. It's been all running. And like I said, I get it. You definitely want to see some running. But, are these guys scared to throw to the end zone? Or is that just what we should expect coming into the season? Everybody's just going to run it. Nobody's going to try to, draw up a passing play or nothing like that. But here we go. Kicking back to the Colts. They're going to take it from the 10. And they'll get back to about the 27. And that's where they'll start 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. Got my little co-star here with me today. How'd you find your way in here? Huh? How did you find... Look, little buddy. Co-star in the house. Luta says, boo! Dan says, I was actually pretty laid back yesterday night. Yeah, it was chill. It was chill. But here we go. 1st and 10. And this is going to be a handoff here as Hull gets no gain on the run. It'll be 2nd and 10 now at the 28. Clock rolls as we approach the 2-minute mark. Bills Mafia in the house. Yeah, man. Says on the next season, you'll be drinking any whiskey for the live stream. listen, I've, like I told y'all before, I've cut back. I may have the occasional celebratory, beverage, but I don't just randomly drink no more, on a Saturday or a Friday. I just be chilling, man. I just be chilling. But yeah, if a special occasion, I'll pop it out. Quick throw here. Very nice throw. And there's also going to be a flag, and I'm assuming this is going to be potentially unnecessary roughness. That may have been helmet to helmet as this flag was thrown here. But regardless, kind of for the first down, and that's going to be a flag on the defense as the refs huddle up here. I don't like when they huddle up. When there's four refs talking, something weird's going on. Okay, so that's what they will call it. Personal foul on the defense. First down. They're going to call the unnecessary roughness. So first down for the Colts. It's going to push them to the Broncos 40. Great catch by Woods, but he did take a solid shot, and he's okay at the same time. But Green, unfortunately, is down and injured from that same hit. So that is not a good look for Green, and it's not good for the Broncos because he is still down, being worked on by the medical staff. They've got him up on his feet, and they're going to try to walk him off now, but he may go to concussion protocol, I'm assuming. He looks maybe a little woozy. So they'll check him out. Says here from last year and still ready to steal them cats. Shout out to you, Ray. So yeah, after the unnecessary roughness, that's going to push the Colts here to the 40. It's going to be 1st and 10 as Slovis is in now. And here we go. 10 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Broncos bring the blitz. Slovis goes deep. That's going to be caught. Big catch for 26 yards to Mallory. And now that's 1st and 10 at the Denver 14. Colts now moving the ball. Minute 12 on the clock left in this third quarter. Colts not giving up without a fight as they're now in position to try and score and make this thing a little closer. Make this thing a little closer. It says, will the NBA come back to the channel in October? Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, we'll get some NBA going in the regular season. It'll have to be after college though, because we'll be doing a lot of college. We'll be doing a lot of college, obviously. So we'll sprinkle in maybe some news, for basketball, but I actually won't start streaming until the college championships are over, because then we can include the NBA with the NFL schedule. But here we go, 2nd and 5. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. Pickup of maybe 5, but it's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2. So that's going to take us all the way down to the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Colts have the ball at the Denver 6. It is 3rd and 2. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Quick timeout, commercial break. We got 138 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Our next goal is going to be 150. So we need 12 more likes, 12 more thumbs up. So if you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that bell, turn on your notifications, that way you don't miss a stream all the way through preseason, regular season, playoffs, and the Super Bowl. Make sure you guys lock it in. Luda says, come on, Colts. Luda, they close. They're close. They scored now. Play some good defense. Get the ball back. They got a solid shot at it. For sure. We're on a quick commercial break before we start this fourth quarter. Shout out to you, Dan. Thanks a lot, bro. Not worried about the Bills. Saw a lot of teams lose yesterday. Yeah, there was a lot of teams that lost yesterday. You know, a lot of championship quality teams lost yesterday. So you shouldn't be worried. You should not be worried at all. Not at all. So as far as the votes go, 51% for the Broncos. It has switched. It was Colts holding it down for a while. Now it's the Broncos. As we get to this quick commercial break timeout, score is 27-17, 10-point lead for those Broncos before we start this fourth quarter. Hillbilly says Chiefs and 49ers lost last night. Once again, preseason is only a rehearsal. That's a fact. Shout out to Cubic for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. So here we go. 3rd and 2 for these Colts as Slovis takes a snap. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. Nice running, still going for it. And I think they're going to be just short of the touchdown. 5 yards is going to take them to the 1. It'll be 1st and goal. 1st and goal. Tyrone says half the teams lost yesterday. I would like to think so. Any Thursday night football this week? Yeah, we got Thursday night football, without a doubt. Here we go. 1st and goal. Play fake. Drops back, throws high. Why? Once again, what is with the quarterbacks throwing the ball so high to these guys who are in the end zone? They're in the end zone. They're wide open. Put it in their chest. You don't have to throw 3 feet above their head. He's right there. Nobody's on him. He's literally throwing the football 10 feet in the air instead of just putting it in his chest. 2nd and goal. This is going to be a handoff now, and they're going to get stopped. It looks like maybe behind that line. No gain for Goodson. It is now 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Shout out to Steve. What up, yo? Steve in the building. You know, this is the problem that I'm seeing. And like I said, this is why you want to have those quarterbacks throw in the end zone so you can see this. Put the ball in between the numbers. Make it easy for them to catch the ball. But here we go. 3rd and goal. We have motion. Slovis takes a snap. It's going to be another handoff, and the Colts will get there. Goodson for the touchdown. And that's going to bring this thing closer here at 27-23, pinning the extra point as Goodson gets in. Hillbilly says, I noticed last night Joe Burrow bleached his hair completely white. Yeah. It's Slim Burrow now. Slim Burrow. Joe Shady. Extra point is up. It is good. And we got ourselves a 3-point game. We got ourselves a 3-point game. 27-24. Colts fighting back. Colts fighting back. Defense stepping up. Offense, right, taking their time, but coming down that field, putting some points back up on the board, making this thing close, and we got ourselves a 4th quarter. 13 minutes and 38 seconds left as we take a quick timeout commercial break. So, yeah. We got a comment here. Let's see here. The rule is not new. The kickoff is. If you're in the end zone and the ball is not, but I bring the ball to the end zone and down it, it's a safety. He should have got up and ran it. Worst case, they would be on the 1. Well, Antonio, the problem that I have with that statement is that if the kickoff format is going to be new and you're going to change the kickoff format into something new, you need to rewrite the rules from the old format. Everything has to change. And I say that because nobody can move until the kick returner touches the ball. So before they touch the ball, you can't move. So that means they have time to make a decision on whether or not they want to take the touchback or if they're going to bring it out. But if they grab the ball and they kneel in the end zone and it's literally right there, it should be a touchback. You can't just say, well, the refs decided in this moment that it's going to be what the old rules are because it works for them when they had no rule in place at all. And I'm leaving it at that. We can fight about it. We can bicker about it. We can debate. But that is what the rules should be. If you're changing the kickoff into a new format, there should be new rules. That's what I'm saying. There it is. Steve says Chiefs and 49ers lost too. That's a fact. What up, Eric? Shout out to you, bro. Is Schrader the new kicker for the Colts? I'm assuming so. But Gay's obviously starting. Yeah, Gay's starting. What do you want? What do you want? I've given you reps for like 10 minutes now. All right. So now, 3-point game, 13-38, or 13 minutes and 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Score is 27-24. And now these Broncos will get it back. They will get it back. Kick is off. And this will be taken here from the 8. Broncos trying to get some space, cuts back inside, and they're going to start at about the 31. They'll start at the 31, 1st and 10. So now, I think Zach Wilson is still going to be out here. We'll see if he finishes up the game or if they decide to swap him out because he did have the whole third quarter. Says, noticed a lot of Mike Evans jerseys in Cincinnati last night. Maybe he's finally getting recognition. I think Mike Evans is definitely rated right where he should be. But this is going to be a handoff to Beatty up the middle. Pick up with 2 yards, and that's going to lead to 2nd and 8 as they get to the Broncos 33. Immortal says, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Which horse wants it more? You know, I mean, right now, obviously, we know that the Broncos do have the momentum, but the Colts aren't giving up. They're fighting. They're fighting. We still got a lot of football left within this, 13 minutes. So here we go. 2nd and 8. 10 seconds on the play clock. Wilson throws deep. And this is going to be incomplete. Broken up at the last second. This will be 3rd and 8 now. 3rd and 8. What? Shout out to you, Dan. But yeah, like I said, for Mike Evans, I definitely got a lot of respect for him. He's been, a great receiver for Tampa Bay. He stuck it out with them. He didn't just up and leave, for extra money. He's definitely been an individual who's true to his team and has been loyal. So, big respect for Mike Evans for sure. Quick throw here to the right side. This is going to be caught by Johnson for 10 yards, and that's now 1st and 10 for the Broncos as they get to the 43. Shout out to you, Steve. Bills Mafia in the house. 12 minutes and 30 seconds and counting. In this fourth quarter, Zach Wilson now trying to wrap this thing up for the Broncos, but they're going to have to put up another score. They're going to have to put up another score and obviously run some time off this clock. But here we go. 1st and 10. Snap is off. This is going to be a quarterback keep as Zach with the nice fake, but he gets wrapped up in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 2 yards as it's now 2nd and 12. They get pushed back to the 41. Pushed back to the 41. And unfortunately, that's not what you want to see. It's not what you want to see. Eric says, I need Colts to win so I can collect 600. I see you, bro. It's a 3-point game. You need this defense to step up. 2nd and 12. We have motion. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Wilson has time. In trouble now. Gets out of it. Rolls right. He's going to keep it on the run. and he'll run out of bounds after picking up about 4 or 5 yards. Boss man, what up, man? I'm good, bro. How you doing today? I'm good. And there's also a flag. It looks like there's also a flag. They're going to call this on the Broncos. Offensive holding, and that will bring them back to the 31, 2nd and 22. The refs are letting them fly now. The refs are letting those flags fly now. 2nd and 22. Zach Wilson's going to have to dig this team out of this hole. 10 seconds on the clock. Wilson back in the shotgun. Snap is off. Quick throw right side, little low, reels it in, and will pick up 6 yards as Beatty tries to get it going. It's now 3rd and 16 at the 37. 3rd and 16 at the 37. Colts need to push on the boost button. Hey, they're in a good situation right now. If they can get the defense going, then they get a good stop here. They got a good chance of taking the lead, or at the very least tying it up. Ernie says, I just don't see how you bet on preseason. I agree. Hey, people do it. More power to them. But, I wouldn't bet on preseason, not at all. Me, myself, personally, I'm not doing it. But here we go. 3rd and 16. 3 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Colts bring 4. Wilson in trouble. Rolls right. Throws deep. And that's going to be not deep enough. And also it's going to be incomplete. So 4th and 16, and now the Broncos will punt. And you basically ran no time off the clock. I think you needed to slow down the pace, maybe get the run going more. I don't understand why Wilson was throwing so much and felt like he had to hold the ball for so long. You could have went with the run game, which if you need to, bring McLaughlin back in. You run that clock, and you try to get the first down. But to keep trying to pass the ball or run as a quarterback and your name's Zach Wilson doesn't make sense to me, because you had not only have to send it back to them, but you haven't taken much time off the clock. Either way, the Broncos will punt back to the Colts, and we'll just have to see now what they're going to do after this quick commercial break. Shout out to you, Steve. Is looking forward to another year of football with you, brother. Me too, man. Glad to see you back. Always a good time. Tyrone says it's a good game. It is a great game. This is probably one of the best games we've actually streamed. Just from, a playability standpoint. We've had, ups and downs and, things that get kind of like, stagnant for a while in some of the preseason games. But this one, it's been kind of a roller coaster. It's been, up and down, up and down, up and down. And we've seen some good offense, some good plays, some good defense. So, yeah, it's been pretty good. Shout out to Memorial says, let's go Colts. Opportunity knocks. Right? You got to open that door. Eric says, Zach Wilson sucks. Yeah, you should know that. Listen, I tried to say it earlier. Like I said, I think Bo Nix is going to be the man for the job. I don't trust Zach Wilson for obvious reasons, and he just keeps displaying it. He keeps displaying the issues. He keeps displaying the miscommunication problems. He keeps displaying the, ability to not read defenses and the poor, decision making. And it's unfortunate because you want to see the kid do good, but it's just not happening. So there you go. 9:59 on the clock. The Colts will have it at their 13, 1st and 10 after this quick commercial break. Shout out to Jeff King. What up, man? It's good to see you, brother. I survived it. Listen, I was hoping you did. Like I said, I texted you earlier and I was like, you know what? It's Sunday. Good Sunday. We're going to call this Good Sunday. So I'm glad you made it. Glad you survived. Good to see you, bro. Always good to see you. What are we at? We're at 146 likes. We need 4 more. 4 more likes, 4 more thumbs up to get to that 150, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. I do appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream. We're going to keep it going all through preseason, regular season, and more. So make sure you lock it in. Madden 25 giveaway will be on the 16th for my people who play Madden. Or if you have somebody that plays Madden, it might make sense to be here for it. We're going to give away 2 copies, one PS5, one Xbox version. So make sure you guys lock it in. Here we go. 1st and 10. Run to the left side. And that's going to be a nice run there. But there's a flag. I expected it. There's a flag. So we'll have to see who this is on here, as it looks like the Colts are backing up. So I'm assuming there's a hold, as Bean is now in at quarterback. It's going to be a hold on Tomlinson, and that's going to bring the Colts back to the 14. So replay the down. So, yeah, unfortunately, you're going to see those flags fly now. You're going to see those flags fly. Because this is where it matters the most. 4th quarter, and they're going to have their eyes on everything. 5 seconds on the play clock. 1st and 14. Bean is now in for these Colts, as this is going to be another quarterback keep. Tries to get some space, and he'll run for most of those yards back. He'll pick up 11 yards, as it's now 2nd and 3 at the Colts 20. Clock is rolling at the 9-minute mark. Shout out to Vinny, says I actually want the Colts to win. Right? I want to see Luta a little happy today. I want to see Luta happy today. I know if her Colts win, she'll be ecstatic to get preseason rolling. Here we go. 2nd and 3. 9 seconds on the play clock. Bean is now in for these Colts as he takes a snap. This is going to be him keeping it again on the nice little fakery. He'll get 3 yards and another 1st down. So that's 2 back-to-back quarterback runs, as Jason Bean is now in. And we'll have to see if he can, use that arm with those legs. As he's got the 1st and 10 here at the 23. We're down to 8 minutes and rolling in this 4th quarter. So now, as the Colts, you want to do the best that you can as far as your clock management as well, because you're now in the same situation that the Broncos were in. You want to run the clock as much as you can while also moving this ball, as Bean goes deep here, and that's going to be incomplete to the right side. Tried to hit Swika, as that's going to be incomplete. Luta says Bean looked good down in Noblesville. Okay. I see he likes to run. He took a shot. Unfortunately, it's incomplete, so we got to see what this, what he can do with the arm. But here we go. Clock stops at 7:57. It's 2nd and 10. 3-point game. 10 seconds on the play clock. Bean for the Colts is back in the shotgun. Snap is off. Pressure comes. He's in trouble. Steps up, and he's going to go down, loses the ball. That's going to be a fumble recovered by the Broncos, and that is terrible. Oh, that is absolutely terrible.
Emotional damage.
He loses the ball, didn't protect it, and that comes out, and the Broncos will get it. All that running around, you got to stand in the pocket, sir. You got to stand in the pocket and make a play. All that running around is not going to save you. This isn't college no more, sir. This is not college. You got to stand in that pocket, read the defense, go through your progressions, make a play. That was absolutely terrible. One more time for the people in the back.
Emotional damage.
You had the chance to prove yourself and come down and score and take the lead. Now the Broncos have it at your 19. Wilson's going to toss to the left side. This is going to be a run for about 4 or 5 yards. As Watson gets it going, it's now 2nd and 6 at the Colts 16. Luda says he does have legs. All right, he's got the legs, but the arm ain't there. The arm is not there. Shout out to you, Dan. Says, I do my best to remain humble and patient during this season. Listen, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Shout out to John. Says, good job, Broncos. Great defense. Being in position, landing on that ball, wrapping it right up. As Wilson, another quick throw here. This will be caught by Camp Moyer for 4 yards. It's now 3rd and 2 at the 11. All I can say now is Colts defense, hold them to a field goal, right? You hold them to a field goal, you're still in this thing. You let them score a touchdown, it's definitely going to be tough. So 3rd and 2. You got to work on your bend but don't break defense now because you want to hold them to at least a field goal. 3rd and 2, 12 seconds on the clock. Broncos in the I form. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, fighting for it. And that's going to be a good defensive break as there's no gain on the run. They get a good stop. It is now 4th and 2. So what do you do here, Sean Payton? I mean, I would think you take the field goal. But also, I mean, you leave them with the ability to come down the field and score a touchdown and win by 1. So you're probably going to go for it. So the Colts are in the same position right now they were in the last one. And there's a decision to make. We'll see if they just want to try and draw them off sides. But here we go. 5 seconds on the play clock. No, there's going to be a timeout called by Denver. Timeout, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout. 3-point game. It's turned out to be a good one. Back and forth battle, mistakes on both sides, fumbles, interceptions. But here we are. Broncos 4th and 2. They're up by 3. You gotta plan this right. You gotta coach this up, Sean Payton. You gotta make the right decision here. Because to be honest, field goal is not really going to save you, especially when they can come down and score a touchdown. But also, you don't want to go for it on 4th and 2 and not get, at least a touchdown and, run the risk of them being able to just, kick a field goal and tie it up. So, yeah, there's a lot you got to think about here and how you're going to plan this out. So good job of taking the time out because you got to figure this thing out. There you go. Shout out to you guys for rocking with us. 191 viewers, 153 likes. Next goal is 175, so make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit that bell, click that bell. Make sure that you do turn on your notifications. Here we go, 4th and 2. They're going to go for it. And the line jumps. Oh, no. The line jumps, and I think they're going to give them this first down. It looks like the line jumped, and that is terrible for the Colts. What a terrible mistake. Zach Wilson was able to catch the defense on the snap count, and the Colts line jumped. That's going to be 1st and goal. Shout out to Sonic. What up, yo? Says, hey, Jay, ready to ride another great season with you. Hope you had a great offseason, Bills Mafia. Yeah, man. Glad to see you as well. Excited to spend another season with you guys. Always a good time. Glad to see you back, bro. Shout out to Tyrone.
Finish him.
That's where the Broncos are right now. If they can punch it in, this could be the finishing move. 1st and goal. 10 seconds on the clock. Snap is off. They go left side, run, and spinning in for the touchdown. And that's going to be Watson. With the nice run, picks up the touchdown, and will extend this lead, pinning the extra point, 33-24. Broncos, let's ride. Shout out to you, Lucid. Thank you. And, it's really unfortunate. The defensive line doesn't jump. I think maybe they would have just kicked the field goal, to be honest. I think maybe they just wanted to catch him off sides, and they did. And that was very, very good of Zach Wilson to use that snap count to his advantage. Shout out to Jessica. Says, hey, I agree that was a costly mistake in Indianapolis' part. Yeah, the Colts, should have never jumped, and unfortunately, that's what happens. You know, you give them a whole new set of downs. They didn't punch it in, make it a 10-point game. Now, granted, it's still not over, right? You've got 5 minutes and 55 seconds, but you got to score fast, and you got to get the ball back. So you're just hoping that there's no more mistakes. You're hoping that there's no more mistakes. So with that said, quick timeout commercial break. 34-24 is your score. Broncos up, holding it down. So it's probably one of the better preseason games. Yeah, I said that earlier. I said that this was probably the best game that we've streamed. Considering the two teams, you know, Broncos and Colts, this is the best game that we've actually streamed out of the five since we started this preseason, without a doubt. Shout out to you. Immortal says, take the kick to the house. That'd be something. I also think it'd be the first one. I know the Jags had the longest run back of the new kickoff rules, but if the Colts can run one back for a touchdown, they'd be the first ones to do it. They'd be the first ones to do it. Shout out to Luz that says, come on, Colts, get your head out of your butt. You know, you're down there where it matters the most. You don't jump. You know, you just stay still. You don't jump, and you know, you wait. No matter how bad you want to, you wait. But here we are. Just got to move forward from it. They're going to bring it out here from about the 5. Hits that left side. Got some space. He's still going. And he'll have to be slowed down by the kicker. So the Colts will get all the way down to the 49. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in this fourth quarter. And we'll have to see what these Colts can do now. Can they score, redeem themselves, get this defense going, make a play? They got some time to do it. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Quick throw to the left side. And that's going to be a toss to Penix for 7 yards. And that's going to be 2nd and 3 here at the Broncos 44. As Ghost says, I think Bo Nix is our guy. I do too. Yeah, I think Bo Nix is the guy. 2nd and 3. Snap is off. Quick throw to the edge there. And that's going to be an amazing catch as Murray gets it for 10 yards now. And that's going to set up these Colts at the Broncos 34. 1st and 10. It ain't me. It ain't me. It is not me. 1st and 10 as they step up here. And that's going to be a quick quarterback run here as Bean scrambles for 5 yards. And that's going to lead to 2nd and 5 at the 29. It says, been a tough 8 years for Broncos fans, but I'm excited for the year. Listen, I think if Bo Nix is going to keep doing what he's been doing, I do think he's going to be the guy for the Broncos and should be hopefully, you know, what you guys need for the franchise. Still need some more pieces, but I do think that, you know, he'll be the guy moving forward. Quick break. Yeah, y'all about to hear the pop voice come out. Y'all about to hear the dad voice come out. All right, here we go. 4 minutes and 31 seconds left. Score is 34-24. Nice pass by Bean to Fernier for 18 yards, and it's now 1st and 10 at the Denver 11. So here we go. There's going to be a stoppage in play here. There's going to be a false start, it looks like, so it's going to bring them back to the 16. 1st and 15 now. As the clock stops at 4:15. Parties in Colorado will be tonight. I mean, for a preseason game, I don't think so, yeah. And I don't know, not a preseason game. I mean, it would be nice if the Broncos do win for that organization. But I don't think they're throwing parties out there. Here we go. Quick throw. End zone. High catch. What a throw. What a catch. And that is going to put these Colts back in play, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice. 16 yards gets that to Treadwell. And now, are they going to go for 2 here? Are they going to go for 2? All right, here we go. They're going to go for 2. Quick throw, end zone, and that will be picked off. And he's bringing it out. He's got space, trying to get some blockers, still going. And that's going to be no good. No good. No good. And unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to bite you or not. I mean, I get if, you know, you take the extra point, you make it a 3-point game, but now you're forced to come down and score a touchdown, unfortunately. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so now the Broncos have it back. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their 32. We got 4 minutes and 11 seconds left. I mean, at this point, you're working on, you know, your clock management. You need to run a little mix of short pass, run game, get that going, and then at the same time, being able to run the clock should get you the win, barring Wilson doesn't make any significant mistakes. But here we go. This is going to be the toss to the right side. And that's going to be a loss of about 4 yards as Watson can't get it going. It'll be 2nd and 14. Shout out to Dan, says finish him off, Denver, right? Finish him off. Finish him off. Vinny T says, let's get back the lead, Colts. Yeah, man. They're bugging up there. They're bugging. They're bugging. they're bugging up there. Here we go. 2nd and 14. 7 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Pressure comes. Quick throw. Right side. Nice catch. And that's going to be Watson. Big play. Big move for 33 yards. He does get bumped out of bounds, but that will move the Broncos all the way down to the 39. 1st and 10. Shout out to Carl and Tracy. Says the Broncos, if they time it right, the win is theirs. For right now, they're at the 39. You're in good position. It's 1st and 10. You got the clock on your side. All you got to do is keep it going. All you got to do is keep it going. Stay focused, and they'll work it out. 1st and 10. Quick shout out to Caitlin Driscoll for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Here we go. 1st and 10. Wilson under center. We have motion. Snap is off. Little delayed handoff. Run to the right side. Pick up about 5 yards, and the clock will roll, or there's going to be a timeout. And it looks like there will be. I'm assuming Colts are going to take a timeout here to slow things down at 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in this 4th quarter. Dan says defense. Play some defense. Yeah, Colts are going to take a timeout. Timeout. Yeah, just go with the run game, right? You're in great position. You're at the 35 now. Just run. And that should get you the win. Barring something crazy happens, the Broncos should walk out of here with the win. But hey, we've seen multiple fumbles from the run game. So you got to protect that ball. Without a doubt, you got to protect that ball. We're in a quick timeout, commercial break. 187 viewers, 159 likes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not, make sure that you do hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Our next goal is going to be 200. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Another handoff up the middle. Still on his feet, fighting for it, and that's going to be a 1st down. As the clock now will stop again at 3 minutes and 1 second. I'm thinking the Colts call another timeout. The clock did stop. Yes, they did. They called another timeout. We're at 3 minutes and 1 second, which is kind of weird to me because the Broncos picked up the 1st down. So regardless, some time is going to have to run off here. I don't know why you take a timeout there. But hey, you've still got 1 left. And then obviously you got the 2-minute warning. So 3 minutes, 1 second. It's 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the 29. And here we go. Broncos back in the I form. 10 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Handoff to the left side. He dropped it. He dropped it. Oh, my goodness. I knew it was coming. He dropped the ball. I said it. I'm not sure who has it right now. I think the Broncos do. They're saying run the clock. Luckily, they were able to land on this ball. I knew it was going to happen. It came out. Fortunately, one of the linemen, they were able to drop to the ball and grab it up. 2nd and 15, and it's a Zach Wilson fumble. So there you go. This is why I said Bo Nix is probably the individual that the Broncos need. Because, it's not Zach Wilson, man. These are the most critical and significant moments. And as a quarterback, you can't make these mistakes. You're up 4 points. You basically have the game in the bag as long as you can run this clock. And now you've sent yourself back 5 yards. It's 2nd and 15 at the 33. 2:49 on the clock. Colts have used their last timeout. And unfortunately, like I said, this is what you expect from Zach Wilson. These are the situations and the things that we've seen time after time. But here we go. They're back here in the I form. Wilson throws. This is going to be caught, and that's going to be another 1st down. So 12 yards over to Johnson. They'll get to the Colts 16, and it's now 1st and 10. Clock will roll. They'll try and get it all the way down to, I think, 2:05 or something like that, and they'll have to run a play. Shout out to Jeff. Almost emotional damage. Almost. 10 seconds on the play clock, 2-second difference. They're going to have to run a play before the 2-minute warning. But here we go. Wilson under center. Handoff up the middle. 2 yards in the play. And that's going to take us down to 159. So now the Colts have no timeouts. We're at the 2-minute warning, and it's 2nd and 9. So there you go. There you go. Darren says, wow, this is an awesome game. Then I last looked over and checked back with y'all. It was 20-10. Yeah, like I said, tons of mistakes. A lot of craziness has went on. Multiple fumbles, picks. The mistakes by Zach Wilson are just, they're heartbreaking because why? He has been the cause of close to 2 fumbles now, directly. And you have the lead. Put yourself in the best possible opportunity to just run the clock out so you don't have to put the ball back in the Colts' hands. Right? You're making them use all their timeouts. You've got the lead. You're on their side of the field. Run the clock. Protect the ball. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. With that said, we are in a quick timeout commercial break. The blood pressure is high for it to be a preseason game. Shout out to the Broncos fans and the Colts fans. I know y'all are on the edge of your seat. I'm on the edge of my seat as well. It's been absolutely crazy what's been going on in this game, without a doubt. Shout out to you, Dan. But no, like I said, this is just, it's simple play calling. It's simple just protecting the ball. That's all you got to do. Carl and Tracy said this should be it if they don't drop it again. Yeah. Just don't drop the ball. That's all you got to do. And you'll walk out with the W. Jay, you do look a little red. Listen, I hate bad football. I just hate it. I hate it, especially from someone who would be considered to be a veteran in the league now. This isn't a rookie playing, right? When you hear the name Zach Wilson, I want you to realize he's not a rookie. He's a veteran. So these are mistakes that you shouldn't hear or mistakes that you shouldn't see. And to see it and hear it, it's ridiculous. It's wild. It's really wild. But hey, here we are. 2nd and 9, minute 59 on the clock left in this fourth quarter. And the Broncos are at the 15. AU the Future says Broncos are a poverty franchise. Yeah. Not a poverty franchise, yo. ZW would have been good as Herbert's backup. I doubt it. I doubt that the Bolts would have wanted Zach Wilson behind Herbert. I highly doubt it. Because this is sad. This game should have been won. This game should have been won. And in fact, it should have been a 10-point lead if there weren't so many mistakes for the Broncos. But here we go. 2nd and 9, 10 seconds on the play clock. Wilson back under center. We have motion, handoff, up the middle. And that's going to be a good run for about 8 yards. And they're going to try to keep this clock rolling. As it's going to be 3rd and about 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 as Watson gets it going. John says Wilson will be gone. I think so too. Too many mistakes, too many errors. And for the most part, these are errors on him. You can't fumble the ball in these situations. You can't fumble the ball being up 4 with 2 minutes left on the clock. And I don't care if it's preseason. Because if you do it in preseason, you'll do it in regular season. And we already know how Zach Wilson plays under pressure, and that's what he is right now. He's under pressure. These are the moments. Can you run the clock out? Can you keep the lead? Can you not make a mistake and put the ball in the opponent's hand? That's where Zach Wilson is right now. We've seen it time and time again that he cracks under pressure. And now it's 3rd and 2 with a minute 14 on the clock. Third and 2 with a minute 14 on the clock in the fourth quarter. So here we go. 10 seconds on the play clock. Or they reset it. Why'd they reset the play clock? Why? Okay. Going with the toss to the left side now. Couple big hits. And it looks like they're going to give him the first down. No, they're going to say short. They're going to say Watson short. And it's 4th and 1 with 53 seconds and counting. Clock just stopped. So once again, you got to make a decision here. They're going to see where they spot the ball. They're going to bring out the chains. This is probably the most ridiculously good preseason game that we've seen. I cannot believe how good this game is, but it was good in such a bad way. That's what made it good. So many ridiculous mistakes that made this game as close as it did, and now they're short. It's 4th and 1. 4th and 1. And so now a decision has to be made. Obviously, you got to kick the field goal here. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just kick the field goal. Kick the field goal, make it a 7-point game. There's nothing else you're going to do. Immortal says the refs love stalling ends of games. Listen, you got to get those final bets in, yo. You got to get those final bets in. Tyrell says it's not over. Well, the clock's rolling, so they're actually going to go for it. This is going to be a sneak by Wilson, guarantee it. And he will. He'll sneak for it, and he'll get it. 1st and goal. So Wilson got the yard. They got the first down. 1st and goal. Clock rolls. My goodness. Listen, this game was supposed to be won convincingly. Broncos should have won by 10. I'm not going to take anything away from them for getting the victory, but this should have been won a little bit more of a better fashion. It should have been won in a better fashion. We should not have been sitting here at the edge of our seats with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It should have not happened. But with that said, Bo Nix is the guy, I think, moving forward. And with that said, the Broncos will take it 34-30, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Shout out to you, Fashawn. Thanks a lot, man. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I do think that Zach Wilson's going to be gone. They're going to roll with Bo Nix, and they'll probably bring in somebody else for a third if need be. So there it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Quick shout out to the Wrench Gang. Quick shout out to the family, all the listeners, all the watchers. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to the Broncos fans, Colts fans, all of you guys listening in. I will see you all tomorrow. And you guys enjoy your Sunday. Have a good afternoon.